looks like we're starting early. How you doing, Lucian? Thank you for the raid. I don't mind starting early, actually. Let's go. Hello, everybody. You know what I didn't do? I didn't change the demon eye picture. So you know what we're gonna do right now? I'm gonna find a picture that we can replace Musée with. I forgot to do that earlier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy because I don't like him. He's the one I like the least, and we're gonna put his face up there. Be right back. So today we're live with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I don't know why it's not showing up. Where's Paint? Again, it's a fun game. Last time we did about half a year. Not even a third of a year. It's actually longer than I thought. But really, it's not that much of a problem. This is gonna be so small. Don't worry, it's because he doesn't deserve to have a big head. Save as Pay Anjali. Lum. Bring in a drink to vibe. Hell yeah. That's fine, I'm not done setting up yet, so apparently I should have done this before and I just completely forgot. I do not know why it's not showing up on my stream. First of all, how about I blind myself for the rest of the stream? Let's go. Ah! I'm pasty and white. Second of all, get this lady out of here! I don't want Musée for this game. There we go, the true bad guy of this game. Okay, again, why isn't the game capture picking up on the game I'm actually playing? Specified window is not a game. Oh, you're broken! Okay. How'd I fix this last time? Hold up. I think if I quit this, and then I boot it up again. I was told ahead of time that if you, like, do specific things, you get the characters in your intro sequence. There we go, we're back. Awesome. Okay. Continue from where we left off. And then let me get my, obviously, TikTok chat up so I can see everything. Very little toki. Where did we leave off earlier? Everybody's still a kid. We're only the tender age of 12. Though we're getting real close to the end of the tender age of 12. I guess I could try to upgrade my, empathy a little bit? Research xenobotany. You had a project going in the Greenhouse Slab for a few years now, splicing the genomes of plants from both Earth and Vertumna, trying to come up with a way to make Earth plants more likely to take root and flourish in the nitrogen-weak Vertumnan soil. Oh yeah, science time. Gene tech has always been a part of your life. Everyone you know has some sort of genetic enhancement, and some have had large-scale gene editing later in life, like Tangent's transition. You know it's possible, but your knowledge of Vertumnan genomes isn't as complete as the human genome. The trick is finding exactly the right Vertumnan genes to splice into exactly the right Earth plant. So can you do it? Will today be the day you make the breakthrough? Oh, you betcha, baby! I'm good at this game. I'm not sure I am, but it's fine. That doesn't stack that way, so I don't want that to be the card. Oh. I want to save that for next turn then. Let's use this 0, make it a 3. This is a pair. 50. Ooh, it's gonna be a bit of a rough one, huh? You're gonna save that one too. So I want this open. This boosts it, but it's not. Again, not really very good. 13 versus 14, 15, 16 here. Okay, well 16 is better than nothing, but there we go. 26 is still pretty hard. A lot of gems here. That's very nice. Good. Is that the best I can do? 444 is a 3. Just gives me 3 pairs, okay. We're gonna take it. We're taking it. I hate Lum, exactly. That's why he's on Sigma's head. Thank you for the rose, Gabo G. You double-check congruence of simulations 100 times, and the results are always the same. A truly viable genome composed of genes from both Earth and Vertumna. And in every chemical simulation congruence can run, it successfully takes root and flourishes. Nice. Very good. This game is longer, but like in the best way, because... Oh, sweet. 5. Like, I'm sat here looking at the time, not realizing it's been 2 hours. That's good. You look at the tiny, barely sprouted sprouts, plants. This could be the beginning of a new era of agriculture on this planet. Being able to plant crops that actually grow strong in the soil. Might only be one plant for now, but who knows? Maybe in the future you'll be able to use this for all sorts of crops. Hopefully, it'll save our mom. I got through a year and a quarter in 2.5 hours. Yeah, pretty much what I did earlier, I think, right? How was that stream? You starting from scratch? Your mom has always been a result-oriented person. She doesn't like to experiment just to see what might happen. She likes science that she already knows and trusts will work. When you call her in to see what you've done, she smiles as proudly as you've ever seen her smile before. Even she can't argue with congruence's results. You'll earn twice the kudos working in the lab from now on in recognition of your contribution to the colony's continued survival. Hell yeah! And then Cal's really happy. And we might have just saved like a bunch of lives this way. It's glow season, baby. Y'all know what that means. Oh, wow. Just from fresh, huh? You do that to do that. You have to do that in Undertale, too, if you want to, like, start from scratch. That makes sense. People know the trick by now. I love that this uses, like, the same kind of, like, save philosophy as Undertale. Because that made Undertale really a fun game. Like, the concept of being aware of, like, past lives, past games is really cool. 94. Can I hit Cal with a good old bio? No, you can't do much during glow. I mean, let's go. Oh, okay, you played on PS5, right? It's so easy to assume that most, like, indie games are only on PC. There are only a few glowing plants here in the garden, so in the dark of the glow you have to do a lot of outdoor work by lamplight. In the eerie not light, fertile earth dirt looks the same as Vertumnan dirt. It's so hard to see what you're doing. Put a 0 at the beginning. That's not too bad. I could have seen worse. I mean, it's exactly on 14. Doesn't get much better than that. It doesn't get much better than that. We maxed out biology. Good. 2 data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colony has been on high alert, all glow, hoping that the creatures from beyond the wall don't return for a 3rd year in a row. I got bad news for you. Always use debug mode. Oh, sweet. Surveyors kept reporting they've seen unusual animal activity. Even the plants seem different, they say. And new tracks that must have been left by creatures larger and heavier than you've ever seen. You and the other colonists drill evacuation plans. Hey, I got bad news for you. You ever seen a faceless? Surprise. Today's the day, I think. Oh, no more coffee on my legs. You're in engineering when you hear the sirens ring through the colony. You cover your ears against the noise and make your way to the nearby classrooms. This is one of the assembly points, so you should be safe there, but it wasn't so safe last year for Professor Hal. What if another creature gets in? You look at Professor Hal and he looks back at you. Last year you saved his life. Right here. Hal clears his throat, visibly trying to stay calm. Alright, children, he says, subconsciously touching his neck. Just remain seated. I'm certain everything will be fine. You've been told this before. As the sirens continue, you're faced with a choice. I don't have the stats for that. No, before Helios, I think it's 2 faceless, isn't it? Oh, no, you're right, because Helios, the 2 faceless bombs them. Okay, gotcha. I think you're right. So it's next year, or it's the 14th year for faceless. You, Tang, Mars, and the other kids try to stay calm. Hal tells everyone to get under the big tables together. There's some nervous laughter as kids bump into each other. Then he reads from a textbook on Earth history to try to distract everyone. His voice shakes as he fumbles over a passage about Mesopotamia. It's more upsetting than helpful. Mars grabs your hand, but when you look at her, she looks away pointedly. Take it seriously. No, I should have goofed. You fool. There's nothing you can do, so you try to apply yourself to reading the chapter you've been assigned. You struggle with it, your mind racing. You notice Tangent trying to do the same. It gives you a faint smile over her all screen. It isn't long before the sirens turn off. I don't think I'm gonna get to be a rebel this time around. ringing 3 short pulses all the all-clear messages flash on your holopalm. You and the other children file out of engineering and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know that you're safe. Your dad gives you a big hug. Your mom slumps into a seat at your table. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters, but your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it was just bad luck, Flulubel. He says, but your mom shakes her head and holds her hand in front of her mouth, staring at the porthole window at the fields. I mean, enhance your DNA in engineering. There we go. This is not engineering, is it? Nope. Engineering is that one. Okay, have fun. That makes more sense, yeah. All the people in the colony, you understand genetics the best, besides Dr. Instance probably. She trusts you to attend the genetic machine, gene tech machine. With access to a machine like this, you could give yourself a new genetic enhancement. Sure, you probably shouldn't mess with your genome too much in vivo, but one little change couldn't hurt. Let's go! You decide to install the enhancements. Calm temperament's pretty cool. Extra fingers. +1 on that win? Interesting. Let's go with extra fingers. You've heard that long ago having a six finger would have been something you'd hide or even remove. Some of the best musicians back on Earth have the gene for extra fingers, though. It's a tricky process, but more complicated than modifying the malleable stem cells of an embryo. Much more complicated. You wouldn't risk doing it again, but this time it works out. Dr. Instance knows what you've done, but you take her silence as tacit approval of your risky experiment. Law-abiding citizen. This! Haha. Tangent is standing still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stings because it's made of acid. Acid snow. Professor Hal says it isn't harmful and is an important part of the natural cycle here. Freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out, lets some of the flakes fall on it. Tastes kind of sour, but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tang pulls a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar in an outcropping of rocks. The big mushrooms changed in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder, is there some sort of signal that precedes the changing of the seasons? What happens if I expose samples collected in dust season to snow from quiet season? A small, excited smile creeps across Tang's face. There's so much to learn about this planet, I can't wait. And you and brother are so much alike, I guess. Well, we used to get that a lot, she says. I guess it's still true. If you think sneaking out of the colony is the same as valid scientific research. She frowns at you. He's so dumb, she mutters, and shoves her hand under her arms. He only cares about feelings, especially his own. Yeah. Interesting. Polar opposites, you would say, huh? I guess we have to go to Tammy. No, I want to do more snowman. I want to do... Okay, well, I guess we got to do babysitting for empathy. You're relaxing after hours when Antecedent pops her head into the lounge. The kitchen, she announces. Wait, I thought I said it's babysitting. I guess we can cook. No, but like, that last time it happened when I was relaxing, so I don't know why it happened. I guess it just happens if you're in this location. We got 2... Oh, actually, I want to do this. Thanks for the big money, baby! You wake up to the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away the sleep from your eyes, eventually remembering. Wait, isn't today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. You peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen in on their argument. You're being unreasonable, your mom says. Selena Seiya is a teenager now. You have to give them the opportunity to take calculated risks, or they'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to mediation. This time they sound really upset. It's unsettling. Yeah, I think I should. Oh no. Stress for no reason. Your dad flails. Okay, yes, they're our child, save us, etc. Let's scream at them! Yeah! Your outburst at least makes them start arguing, but they still look unhappy. You're a bit surprised at how angry you got there. Where did that come from? Puberty. I'm sorry, Junebug, your dad says softly. We shouldn't be arguing in front of you. We're just worried about you and don't want you to be in danger, even though we both know it's part of growing up. Your mom's fierce expression softens. Hey, Selenisea, I'm sorry. It's your birthday today. And here we are arguing like a pair of buttholes. Happy birthday. They both give you a hug. We meant to order up from the canteen and have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking about Utopia's opened up positions and expeditions for kids 13 and older, and, well, that's you now. Thanks, Utopia. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you were safe here inside the colony walls. We're not safe. He gives your mom a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life, so if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. Mid, quiet, baby. Talk to our friend here. 70. Tammy beams when... Oh, yes, my birthday, of course. I get cake from Tammy every year. The real reason you want to keep Tammy alive. Besides, you know, being human. I don't have persuasion. You find your dad comparing some plant samples when he sees you. I've heard this one before. He says it's okay when we get fight. Oh, yeah, it's so dangerous out there. He pats you on the shoulder. Thanks for saying so. You're a great kid. Your mom and I talked it out. He continues. We're both just really putting our everything into the farm right now, and it's making us kind of snappy. You don't have to worry about it, okay? He squeezes you in a hug. If you want to join Utopia's exploration team, just be careful. It's dangerous out there. You know what I want to do? I want to get another stat rep because I feel like the colony defenses is the one that's suffering the most. Oh, no, we're still sucking in the food department. Oh, crud. I just forget how to even leave out here. Sign me up. I am neither tough nor brave enough. Crap, no. Oh man, I have 0 points in bravery. I can't even go on expeditions. Oh, what does this do? Gives me empathy and money. 2 empathy, 2 empathy, 2 creativity, 1 empathy, 1 friendship. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Back in space, cooking involved programming ration machines and putting dishes in the Lasermatic dishwasher, because water was too precious to clean dishes with. But now you're growing more real food and trying to figure out how to cook with it. The cafeteria kitchens are bright and full of good smells. There's always something baking or boiling or frying. You take a deep breath in and just hold all of that deliciousness in your lungs. Chief Steward Anne, also known to the kids as Antecedent, is in charge of everything in the living quarters, running the children's creche, coordinating the cleaning bots, and of course cooking for the whole colony. It's a lot of work, but she's good at delegating to all the kids she has raised here, including you. She's a big believer in learning by trying and doesn't mind if a few dinners are ruined in the process. Tonight's burnt pizza, brought to you by this kid right here. Tammy waves cheerfully at you, and Antecedent welcomes you with a big smile. Oh, look at you two. Just know you'll be a huge help around here. She shows you to the kitchen nanoprinters. Just press this button and the ration machine will spit out a freshly pressed cake of soy rations. It's not tasty, but it's nutritious. Then she shows you to the range. A large pot of brown stew is bubbling away. Here's where the real magic happens, she says proudly. Tammy claps her hands excitedly. Auntie, will we get to decorate cookies, she asks. Sometimes me and my dad used to decorate cookies together. It's really, really fun, and I think everyone would really like it. We could do stained glass cookies with bobber fruit jelly. Let's make cookies! Antecedent chuckles. Cakes and cookies with fruit and frosting for 100 people? Wow, you have quite an imagination, Tammy. She takes a little and spoons up some of the stew. We need to focus on large, hearty dishes that can easily feed many people. Like this stew, she says. If things get busy, we can serve the soy rations as is, but it's much nicer to actually cook them with someone else. Something else. She beams. Full tummies make for happy workers. Antecedent sets you and Tammy up with a few basic kitchen tasks and leaves you to it. If you need help, I'll be just around the corner, she says. Or you can ask Congress her advice. She has every recipe and method you could ever need, and she's an excellent teacher. Cake. Brain points? Hell yeah. You quickly have your hands full with the sheer volume of food it takes to feed 100 people. Workers from the canteen shuttle back to pick up trays of soy rations and pots of stew at regular intervals. Somehow you keep up. You poke your head into the canteen at lunchtime to see what people think about the food. Seems like they like it. Maybe you're cut out to be a chef. 1 duplicate when drawn and immediately locked. Tragic. I mean, I don't see it getting better unless this... Yeah, it does get better. Okay, cool. did it. We did it. Oh yeah. It's late quiet. Shop close. For creativity. Okay. Whoa. Improved relaxing. I can relax even better. You've never seen someone relax like me. Cool jacket. That's a huge buff. What the fudge? Emoji proji. Alright, hold up. That's really good. I'm buying this. Yeah, I'm buying the emoji proji. I think I want the superhero cape too. I don't think I can equip 2 equipment, yes. Time to... I don't think I can equip 2 things, unfortunately. Where's my gear? Yeah, I only have the 5 empathy. Forget that. I'm leveling up. So bravery is... okay. I think this is gonna be good for now. How you doing, John? I was gonna say Hiru. Okay. Now I can be super cool. Oh no, it actually need 20. Alright, I'm brave enough. Well, I'll be. You ain't lying, kid. You got grit. She scans the roster on her holopalm. Yup, looks like you've approved to start with the junior survey teams. And looks like you won't wilt at the first sting of slapgrass. We'll keep you close to begin with, around here and in the Prosaic Plains. Come see me when you're ready for an assignment. And good. Now I can put my overall buff up on again. And I can just go out, because we've done that. Lit. Only brave enough to go outside with their emotional support plane. Listen. Yeah, I was able to, but I never had to. I know Dice is the one who leads you to it. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna keep working on empathy. Wait, what's my current empathy at? It was at 70 before. So close. One more time. Okay. Kitchen time. Cal likes to stop by to help you test the food, meaning he's just looking for snacks. His excuse is that he's a growing boy and he needs all the food he can get. I don't know why I can't speak. You again? We've done this before. No, I think I'm gonna do 2 here, 4. There we go. That's way better. Yup. Optimal. Now we have should be what the fuck? That should have been big boy. Okay, I need to save my dad before he keels over to death, and I don't know how to save him. He collapsed around this time of year, so wear your respirator, old man. Sounds great. Maybe you should stay indoors. Yeah, but I don't know how to get the samples she wants. But how? That didn't let me do that. Might be that actually. What's Tangent's friendship at 21? Yeah, I bet. No, I'm being told that maybe I need better friendship, so... but I do want to save Dad. Ooh. Ooh. For the sake of this week, we're not going to be told too many things, so no. I will try and figure it out myself. In the meantime, let's go level up our empathy. It's because Sam was trying to ask. As well. You and Tammy often work together. in the kitchen. She splits her time between helping Antecedent with the children and helping her in the kitchen. Tammy's a diligent worker, though she sometimes gets a little lost because she wants everything to be nice and perfect when you're trying to get 100 meals out of the door. She always does what she's told with a smile. Auntie has been patient as you learned your way around the kitchen and you're starting to really get a feel for cooking. On the menu today is something Antecedent conquers called a white sauce, a creamy pale sauce usually made with flour, milk, and butter. She wants a big vat of it to serve with dinner today, and she's charged with figuring out how to replicate it. Wheat flour is in short supply here on Vertumna, but you have a lot of taro flour. The real problem will be adjusting the recipe to use plant-based milks and oils instead of dairy. Excuse me. There wasn't enough room on the stratospheric for bringing livestock. Just be careful you don't burn it, Antecedent cautions you before she leaves. It's very sensitive to burning. You look over at Tammy. Well, she stammers, tapping her finger against her chin. We can use soy milk from the food dispenser and cooking oil, but I'm worried I'm going to burn it. I always mess stuff up. When Tammy improvises in the kitchen, things usually go wrong. You have no reason to think this time will be any different. How about I give you a hand? Yeah, let's give her the confidence. That's what we want to see. Tammy smiles and blushes. Okay, Selenicia. She bustles off to get the ingredients. You both consult congruence on the original Earth recipe, but after a while, it's clear Tammy's cooking absolute circles around you. You were wary about substituting so many ingredients, but one of Tammy's strengths is that she's totally fearless in the kitchen. She'll try anything twice. She hums and sways from foot to foot as she stirs the sauce, completely at ease. An hour later, Tammy has... Oh, I think Sam also... Sorry, I think Abyss, you also said earlier on, that I want to survey for stuff regarding this same issue. Because of the tower flour, the white sauce is actually more of a faint purple. It's a pretty color, especially on Tammy, who has it flecked across her apron and up onto her tied back hair. She looks proud and a little worried. What do you think? You dip the back of a spoon in the sauce and give it a try. Spoon of a spoon. It's good, like really, like world-shaking good, apparently. You're surprised by the show on your face because Tammy laughs with relief. Oh, I'm so glad, she says, clasping her hands in front of her chest. I thought we did okay, but I wasn't sure. I'll make a huge pot of it right away. Thanks for your help. Your lilac sauce causes a huge stir at dinner, but it doesn't feel right taking any of the credit. Tammy did most of the work, and she deserves to feel the pride you feel radiating off of her from the other side of the lunch line. Great, a 2. I wish I had an unchangeable one. That would have been so cool. Oh, I bet I could actually... What if I... 22, 26 is significantly better. Those are the same. Maybe I don't want to do that. 27, 26. No, I want this. Nice. Very good. I didn't go outside the wall all that often the first time around, so... I'm just afraid, you know? I'm not doing the bravery run anymore. That was a... I feel like when I do dice, I might want to go outside often, but right now, not the time. Empathy 81. Alright, let's go talk to Tammy. Tammy's bobbing her head along happily to music coming through her hear speak, which she turns off as soon as she sees you approaching. Hello, Selenicia. I was just daydreaming. Her gaze flicks over to the geoponic stones before she gives you a distracted smile. What's up? Do you need something? Kindness! Surprise party. Congruence, the ship's tireless AI, has attended every birthday, but has never gotten one of her own. Tammy comes up with the idea to throw Congruence a surprise party. Sure, she doesn't have a birthday like you do, so let's just make one up. It's today! Hooray! There's no hiding from Congruence, though. She sees everything in the colony, including you two setting up, but she still pretends to be absolutely delighted when Tammy presents her with Cake, a collection of solar converters tied together with an electrical cord. Big brain hours, Tammy. Oh, that's a mush log. Give me that. We're gonna need to rest soon. It is Verdonelia, though. Alright, let's go on an expedition. Going on an expedition with so high stress was probably not a good idea, actually. Utopia's hello? Is working near the gates. The area has been deemed safe enough for kids to go on a hike, so long as you're back before dark and never go out during glow. There ain't a lot to see out there, she says. Logging camp, few fields, some nice lookouts. Log. Keep your eyes peeled for useful things, like that there mushwood log. She points to a light, sturdy piece of wood by the side of the road. Lumber carrier must have dropped it. It's fairly safe out there, but that don't mean totally safe, she cautions. Don't go too far, and if you see anything that scares you, run like heck and make a ton of noise. She helps tighten the straps on your backpack. What you hoping to see out there, sweetie? Stuff to collect. Ain't nothing but photos, leave nothing but footprints, she teases. Suppose it's different on a brand new planet like this one, she says. We actually do need samples of basically everything, especially stuff that might be edible. She slaps you on the back. Things regrow pretty wild out there, she adds. If you've picked a place clean, give it a year. Bet it'll look like you were never there at all. I need to be able... I know my stress is going to be like up the... yeah. Come across a cluster of mush trees. They're not fully grown yet, but they're still pretty big. It might be good to harvest them before they get all gross and mushy. Let's grab them. Extra stress! Spend the day cutting down mush trees. They're so light even before they're fully dried out. You drag them towards the logging camp when you're congratulated for your efforts. And we're already too tired to continue. Extra perception isn't going to kill anybody. You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life. Oh boy, we get to choose if we get erections or breast growth. Let's go with menstruating again. We picked females. So. I was going for a full she playthrough, except with they them pronouns. I'm not thinking about this a lot. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruent's presentation. Yeah, people are going through things, and then you get squelchy. Discreetly oh, I'm gonna go deal with it on your own. No, you wait for your parents to leave for work, calling out to bed you that you're gonna miss breakfast. When you're sure they're gone, you carefully strip the sheets on your bed, stuff them into a recycler, put in a requisition to pick up new sheets from the depot as well as some supplies. Ugh. Continue on with your day. On the subject of period products, there are enemy types in Another Crab's Treasure that are wearing maxi pads, and I good. It's good. It gives them wings. That night, you find your mom waiting for you. She's pulled your privacy curtain down back to show your strip bed and looks up with a knowing smile when you enter holding new sheets. She confronts you. There's only a few reasons a teenager does their own laundry. Do you want to share anything with your old lady, Solenasea? You duck your head and mumble that you got your period. You don't know what you're expecting, but it's not a hug. I wish you'd felt comfortable telling me, your mom says. My little kid's grown up. I would have felt more comfortable here than I did in the last playthrough in theory, but... She puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm so happy for you, kiddo. I know you're probably grossed out. It's important to get your period. It's true that getting a period is nothing to be ashamed of. I was just hoping for... rebel points. Alright, but we get rebellion now. It's puberty time, baby! Also, we need to rest. And the character icons are going to change by the end of this year, I believe. Singing the sea shanties. I keep these. Welcome to Dust. I need Big Brain for this? Reasoning 40? Yeah, we're not doing Big Brain yet. Medicinal herb. I can go give that to Tangent, actually. It's roots, not herb. Something for you! 2 friendship. Can I give you my freaking nose sample, or is that only a thing I can do, like... during, what's it phase? Okay, let's go get more empathy, I suppose. Actually, we have the 80 empathy. No, I want to go on a survey. I need to get the food stuff up, because if we don't, we are definitely not saving our mom. Even if I have no clue how to save my dad yet. I think you need to forage for food there, though. So I don't really know, like... exactly what the idea is. Because forage for food is an option later on. Yeah, let's jump over the thing. Easy bravery. Eee, extra fingers. Oh, okay. Okay, noted. Noted. 4. Not really a... what if I... so, did it go to 14? Yeah. We don't have... okay, here's what I'm gonna do. 13? No, see, they're a pair, so that's why that gives us more points. Whoop. No, I don't have a 2! This is fine. Cut it, okay. You floundered towards the other side. We fell in. We can get a pet, I forgot. You walk... Your way is blocked by a strange small creature with one foot and four large eyes, two of which blink sideways on top of its head like frog eyes. See, this reminds me of Basilisk from Dark Souls, and that's not a good thing. Oh, this must be a Hopeye. It keeps thumping its foot. That means that it's scared of me. It's warning me about something. I remember that, yeah. Oh, a free aid. I got a radioactive plant, baby. Oh, that doesn't work like that, but I can do this. Ooh. 5, 5, 5. I can't even do it. See, we got the gems here all. Okay, well. Not much to be done there. I get free kudos for that. Let's go. No kudos. I lied. Animals and perception. There. So it has a nest nearby and it's warning us away from it. Another egg. At the top of the rise off to the east, you think you spot someone watching you. They're dressed in black. Is that Dees? But they look way too tall to be Dees. Maybe another surveyor? You blink and the figure is gone. I'm looking over there. You bushwhack down to the valley and sit up the other path, to where you saw them standing. No signs of a camp or anything obvious like a dropped pack. No note saying, "I'm watching you," signed mysterious figure. Spooky. No note. Tragic. That's upgradable, by the way. That had a 1 to it, so... Ooh, hello? There, in the clearing, the most majestic creature you've ever seen. It's like a unicorn from your dad's storybooks, but with leathery reptile skin that shines even when the light hits it. It moves so softly, like it doesn't even disturb the ground. It could be dangerous, but you want to see what it does. Maybe be quiet. Let's not snack on things. Feels like a silly idea. Negative kudos. You ate the snacks? Okay, I was like, because if you eat the snacks while you're trying to sneak around, I feel like that's not a good idea. Do this. Be loud and stuff. That wasn't even the best I could do. Wow. As you settle in behind to watch from behind a strand of mush trees, the Unisaur looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfectly still and quiet your breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out a good tree and rubs the scent glands in its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like a crystal waterfall on a rock. Everything it does seems magical. Unicorn pee! Yay! Next, it sharpens its horn against the rock, which is scored with marks from having done this before. This must be its favorite sharpening rock. You notice the bulge in its stomach. It must have had a huge meal recently, which is why we're not getting attacked, I think. Eventually, it curls up for a nap. You quietly sneak away. That was so wonderful. Vertumna is a magical place. And we get 3 events worth of stress relief. So cool. 2 events worth, my bad. Second sun is beginning to set, and you're planning your route back to the gates when you spot Dice in the distance. He waves you over. "Hi, Selesnya," he says gloomily. Oh, sorry, it's "Hi, Selesnya." He sighs. "Wish we didn't have to go home. I wish we could stay out here forever." I mean, I wouldn't miss my parents. What if, he begins, what if we didn't go home today, I mean? What if we stayed out and camped overnight? Gestures to the pack on his back. "I bought a tent just in case, and a perimeter sensor, and I found a spot right near the depot that looks safe. Let's camp out." Oh, look at all those rebellion points! Dice sets up the tent when you place the perimeter posts around the edge of the clearing. If anything trips his invisible wall around your campsite, at least you'll know about it. Without even saying goodnight, Dice crawls into the tent, takes off his jacket and stuffs it behind his head, then curls up in a ball facing the wall. He falls asleep almost immediately. You crawl in beside him and pull a thermal blanket over yourself. You're exhausted from a long day of hiking in the jungle, so despite the excitement of being out in the wild at night, you quickly fall asleep as well. You both wake to a blaring alarm and bright lights filling the campsite. It's a perimeter alert. Something must have triggered it. Dice sits bolt upright and looks at you with wide eyes. Should you go there to check? Of course, we don't have a choice. Whoa, the language you're using. I love Cal's pet socks. I love having socks as a pet. Easy peasy. You give me yellow challenges? I spit in your face at how easy it is. Oh yeah, that's great. Look at that. 33. Give me 3 stars. both carefully open the door and peek out through a crack. Nothing. Whatever it was, the lights and noise must have scared it off. Yay, it's a memory! The sun is almost up and you are definitely not getting back to sleep after that, so the two of you eat soy rations and quietly watch the sun rise over the jungle together. When the surveyors open the gates and start prepping for the day, you pack up your gear and go home. You expect the worst, but nobody even noticed you were gone. You left the privacy curtain on your bedclothes, and your parents must have come in late and left early, thinking you were asleep there the whole time. You're lucky, but it also makes you feel a little sad. Yeah, I bet. I'd be the sad. Thanks for the points, I guess. It's Vertumnalia. Time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see all at one time. There's some potato pods and some roasted slabs of fungi, and a few dishes of earth vegetables from the greenhouses. You try to sneak some food before speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your moms for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Udicott takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxiphonar. Her voice has been getting weaker lately, and it can't reach across the square the way it used to. That's because she's freaking 84 on a desert like on an alien planet. No, her age goes up every year, so she's 84. She's 80. She's been 81 since the beginning. At the beginning. I'm proud, as always, to stand before you as your governor, and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Udicott steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Your mom steps forward. Before we get to the feast, I'd like to say thanks to our cultivators for their hard work this year, she says. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole incident. It has been difficult to grow anything in Vertumnan soil without them, so our output isn't where it should be. I'm sorry. A ripple of concerns murmurs through the crowd, and your mom continues. Peace and prosperity. Uh-huh. A ripple of... Okay, we're doing our best in geoponics, and I'm proud of each and every member of my team. Hopefully next harvest will be better. Now, see, I could skip it all, but I'm doing the talent show. Dice and Mars are your competitors for the talent show again. Dice up first, and he stomps on stage wearing a silly top hat and cape, waving a magic wand. He introduces himself as Dice, the destroyer of reality, and tells everyone to step back because he's going to pull a Hopeye from his hat. He takes his hat off his head, and a very surprised Hopeye falls out and boings away in the crowd. Predictably, this upsets Dice, and he flees the stage in embarrassment. What? Why? You did what you said you... Oh, it was on his hat. Okay. On his head. My bad. Mars takes the stage next and launches an incredible lip-sync performance, complete with holographic fireworks at the end. Passing you as you go to take your place on stage, she sticks her nose in the air and wishes you luck following that. I might have to destroy her at her own game. I just have to. There's no choice. Sorry. You snooze, you lose. I can't get a straight. This is kind of cool. 10, kind of stinky though. 12 is also kind of stinky though. I mean, oh yeah, it doesn't really give us like super bonuses, eh? Oh, no, this is a straight. Let's go. 5. 1. 1. This gives us 17. This gives us 19. If I had a 2, that'd be even cooler. No. You're just making things hard for me. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 is a straight. We get an extra card, so yeah, let's go with that. Milk. Scare all my American viewers. Just I don't know what to say to that. Let's go with this. Ooh, popular. Mars isn't the only one who can rely on cheap tricks like hollow pyrotechnics to win over a crowd. Your money means nothing here, Marzipan. Your performance not only includes fireworks and light effects, but also 6 holograms of yourself all doing a synchronized dance. I just made like a, we'll call it a V-pop band because we're on Vertumnus. It's a hit. You win by audience applause. Mars shakes your hand and thanks you for actually giving her a challenge this year. I've beaten you 4 years straight, and you're giving me sass? Feast time! It's just... Oof, we're just trash-talking our parents. Eat your dinner. We feel better. We get less pissed off. It's exactly what you need, teenager. Man, do I want to go back out there or nah? We can't forage for food yet. Oh, Dice wants to speak. You haven't seen your mom at meals for a while. You're probably just missing her. She works really hard here, so she's not eating. Well, you haven't really been in school for a while, even in engineering, but you tell your mom about some paperwork you had to deal with. You're pretty good at organization, so this was easy. Do you even know why we call it paperwork? Your mom laughs. It's true. It's not like you're sorting actual paper. Back on Earth, we used to have to use paper to... Nah, never mind. She slaps you on the back. Good for you for having your... your... I mean, your head together. Thanks, Mom. Your dad is reading a book, but I'm bad with animals, so we're not going to help him with that. You slip through the colony gates, feeling the breeze from the mushroom forest ruffle. You look around for Dice, but he's not... Oh, I guess we just snuck out because... As you're about to return to the colony, you hear what sounds like crying coming from one of the expedition vehicles. You pull back the tarp that keeps it from being blanketed with fungal spores and find Dice curl up in the cabin. He wipes his eyes and turns away. Go away, he mutters. Are you okay? I'm fine. Just leave me alone. This is a great hiding place. Coming in. You pull back the tarp and slide into the cabin of his vehicle. Dice continues to cry, but softer now, as if he's trying to stop but can't quite manage it. His lower lip trembles. You're lucky you have family cares about you. He sniffles. My mom is gone, and my sister thinks I'm stupid. No, you're just weird about her being trans. Dice is quiet for a long time, almost long enough that you begin to consider actually leaving him alone. Just before you do, though, he speaks. I'm never going to go back to class, he says. I hate being around other people, and I hate doing schoolwork, and I double hate it when teacher asks me questions. I'm not Tang. I don't know stuff like she does. Whoa, world shaking. Dice kicks at the console of the vehicle a few times. Bang, 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 then bursts out into tears again, pulling at his hair. I'm just dumb, okay? People ask me questions, I freeze up and say something stupid, then everyone laughs at me, even Tang. Tang laughs the hardest, he sobs. She's embarrassed by me, I know she is. Today she just told me people would like me more if I stopped being so sensitive and mature. We need folks who use their hearts, too. Oh, you didn't like that. Even you think I don't use my brain. Oh, what was the good answer there? Hold on. Dice wraps his arms around his legs and hides his face in his knees. I hate her. Everyone thinks she's so smart. She's just a big meanie. I hate everyone. I hate being here. I just want to be left alone. Alright, I'm sorry I messed that up for you, Dice. Am I big? Well, I mean, I don't know about suicidal, but it takes a special kind of, like, thought process to want to leave this place, the colony. Oh, you don't know about that. Never mind. Never mind. Let's just say I'm not going to go into the details until we get there on stream, I think. I don't know where to go from here. It's not pollen. Try other areas on expedition. Alright, Sam has guided us towards the expedition once again. We are fresh out of stress. Our current only other thing right now is the plains, so let us go there. You can flirt with Utopia later. When you boarded the expedition's autobus this morning, you didn't know what to expect. It trundled you and the other surveyors a few clicks north to the Prosaic Plains. High flat area with cooler weather in your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change. And now you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission away from the colony. Nice, I got a gun! You greet Chief Surveyor Utopia at the depot. This here's a plasma cutter, she says, handing you one. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make a fire, cauterize a wound, boil water, and cut some materials pretty alright. You can use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. Cool, fire. Cool it, sweets. This is a quiet area, and what we're doing, we're not supposed to be in danger. We're just gonna be taking notes and pictures, keeping track of all the flora and fauna we see. Just don't touch anything unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything is potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out there, which is why we need surveyors, even youngins like you. Prosaic Plains are a sparse region, like you can assume from the name. You can see things from a long way off. Utopia sees you squinting at the horizon. What are you gonna do if you see something coming for you? Try to pet it. Yeah, animals. Pope puts her fingers to her temple. I'm gonna hope you were joking, she sighs. I wasn't. Dice joins you. We must have come on an earlier autobus. Ah, good, you're here, Utopia says, digging out another plas cutter for Dice. You two greenhorns are with me, for the foreseeable. Now you don't gotta sniff each other's butts all the time out there, but I do expect y'all to be in yelling distance. Comms can get spotty out here. Utopia also hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It'll automatically perform local scans or wherever you go, though detailed scans need to be done manually. When you return here to the depot, it'll upload its findings to the HoloNet. Your job is to cover ground, see what's out there, and so long as it isn't dangerous, record it. She slaps you on the back. Alright, team, don't get yourselves killed out there, okay? Hover your mouse over the expeditions officer. It'll tell you if there's any special events available. Oh, sweet, cool. The special events being the exclamation points, I assume. Because those seem to be the ones that, like, actually further, like, advance stuff. This is a... Something big suddenly bursts out from the jungle and scampers across the path in front of you. It looks like a miniature landslide, bush-covered stone being pulled forward by powerful arms. On its heels is a second one, a little smaller and bushier and just full of energy. Are these bush bubs? Utopia's mentioned seeing them. Giant creatures that look like boulders, but grow fruit like they're plants, like they're part animal, part vegetable, and part mineral. They charge back and forth across the path as you wisely keep your distance from them. But for all the crashing and stomping they're doing, they don't actually seem to be angry. I swear they're actually being playful. Impossible? Yeah, okay. I get closer to watch, I guess. They seem to be playing a game of tag. When they chase or catch up to the runner, they reverse roles. They do it with such gusto that surrounding underbrush is completely crushed in a white... Oh, yeah. We're gonna get hurt if I, like, stick around too long. They're dancing, they're trying to mate, they step on my finger, it hurts a lot. And then they leave because they're embarrassed. Because the creatures here are a lot smarter than the humans are giving them credit for. Yeah, I don't have a choice but to pass by. Oh no, I meant like the special events. Are they, when you're in expeditions, are they the exclamation points? Because they'll tell you if there's a special event, but is the special event once you're here? And that's the thing with the exclamation point on it. When you find like events, there's the question marks and the exclamation points. You almost bump into Deece. He's being so still and quiet, hunch over and looking down a little knoll. Don't scare them! You follow his finger, see it looks like two bushes. They're bush bubs. From far away, they really do look like plants. They're fighting over territory. How do you know that? If you're quiet, you see them a lot. Which he's very quiet. They face off, and then they just kind of like... They're really hot. I can't remember what they're doing. Hang on. They're just swaying hard. Yo, I can drink water? The water in this pond is slightly greener color, smells sweet but kind of acidic. It's just like rain. Drink it. Oh, it's just not so sweet. Coming back up an hour later. Blech. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Can't tell me what to do, game. No, another bush bub. My perception is booty. A bush bub's blocking the path, lumbering slowly back and forth between a dense strand of gloop mushes, or whatever those plants are called, and a wide circular lake. It's like it's on some kind of patrol. Growls a warning when you try to squeeze past it, so you back off. And looking inside, this one isn't letting you go through easy. 47 is some kind of doable. This one's locked in a good way, okay. It's gonna be locked. It's not gonna be so great for the next one, though. I'm gonna save this one, because that's gonna give us 4 for everything. Though I guess we could... No, literally that's better if I... Okay. 15... 16... Give that a buff, yeah. Because now it's a 2. Ooh, sucks that that is locked. I might be able to work this real well here. Yeah, I don't really need to do some fancy stuff. That's not my best score, but I'm gonna take it because I don't want to eat my kudos. You sneak through the gloop mushes, crawling under them so the bush bub doesn't see you. You nearly get stuck at one point and wonder, what if Dice is gonna come rescue you? That would be embarrassing. Find a route through and continue on your way. But we're too tired. gotta go rest. Let's take a double look at everything else. That's reasoning, right? Yeah, I don't have that yet. We already did all her little things. Mars? What do you want? Organizing? Persuasion. She's like, I won't listen to you. Could I work there with you? Our friendship's good. Good. Suppose it's a lot to work alone. Now we can go do depot clerk, but that's not what we're doing right now. Oh yeah, I did that on my first go, actually. No, we don't have who we want to hang out with. Let's make it with Dice. Plop down beside Dice, listening to music as you're speaking. Ignore everyone else in the lounge with dog determination. But because obviously you're not just going to leave him alone, he turns off his music with a huff. What do you want? You ask him what he's listening to, and he replies, just some old Earth music. You probably won't like it. All you have is Earth music, unless you want to listen to these space shanties the adults made up in the last 20 years. So you don't know what he's talking about. You tell him you give him to give you a little credit. He rolls his eyes, but lets you sync your ears speak to his. You can do that? That's so cool. Bluetooth? But good. Grungy sounding rocks music fills your skull. You spend a few hours passing music recommendations back and forth, lost in your own private hellscape. Yo, what do y'all think he's listening to in the chat? Let me know. Did I like miss no. Yeah, I could get rid of this. I don't like the 0-1, so now's the time to get rid of some. We keep getting some good cards. I don't need them right now. Alright, it's wet. Let's try to find that collectible. I'm not seeing the collectible. Rock music, eh? I'm betting rock music means something more like heavy metal based off what I'm thinking, because they said grungy a little bit. Maybe not heavy metal. Actually, that's probably grunge rock. We didn't get any special events here, so we're gonna go back. Evanescence. You know what? I feel that. That makes a lot of sense. Very dice. These dice. Much log. Am I like, is it flooded? Can I not go forward because it's flooded? Dog, I think I'm stuck. Well, that stinks. I wasted my month. It's like this. I know, because they said who dis earlier, and I laughed my butt off. It's pretty good. I think I am locked out because it's raining. Boo! Oh, wait. Never mind. Thank goodness. Slowly making our way through this epic soundtrack. This is gonna be for like one event only. Oh, maybe two. Stop to watch a herd of shaggy purple furred animals meant to meander down a slope. Okay, well, I'm gonna try perception. It's not a hard one. I can do it. Mysterious stranger. See? I did it. I swear this is not going to be the optimal one, but we did it. Creatures' fur is like grass, so they must be kind of photosynth. Oh, right, the new species. I get to name them. Last time I called them herding sunbiter. I'm going to go for sunbasker this time around. Kudos! Give me my Nobel Prize or something. I don't know. Spark snow is drifting down, visibility is poor. Try to find your way. 48. Plus 2 to card to the right. It has to be a red card, so we are gonna save that. 5. That's kind of booty, but at least this goes to that. Okay. That's not gonna get any better, so we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 2. How's that sound? Okay, love you. Booty. It would make it a 1? No, that's not worth it. I get a chain out of that. We'll keep that. He gets 4. That gets 4, I should say, not he. Maybe we can keep it. If only I had one more 4. Cause like, the problem with that, yeah. 3, 4, 5, and then I could have made that a 6, but hey. It's true, you do get multiple stats from all the events you get. What if I did this? 19 to 23. No, ideally we want something like this, right? Because we want to keep that active. I can put this there. But you're not 4 because you're not on the... Okay, wait. I might be onto something. Hold up. Are we braining? Are we braining? Are we gaming? We are gaming. Okay, 4, 5... I can't make a straight with only 2 cards, so this is actually the optimal one, isn't it? I guess not. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, relying on wayfaring and a bit of luck to make your way through, but you see something inexplicable. What is that? You squint at the driving snow, all you see is white on white on white, and the slightest hint of movement. It doesn't even look corporeal, almost like a cloud, like the snow is coming from it. It's impossible to get a closer look. You pull your collar tight against the storm and move on. Well, we're fine. We're doing great. We didn't get any stats out of that, which is kind of sad, but let's get this route here. One of your jobs as surveyor is to document the flora and fauna through photographs. You spot a small animal in the crook of a tree. It's so perfectly camouflaged you can only really see it when it breathes. You got a camera built into your holopalm, but it's equipped to capture difficult. It's not equipped to capture difficult shots like this. You'll need to put in the work. Perception versus animals. We are slightly better at animals, are we not? Yep, by like nothing of a point, like 1 point. Unchangeable. Tragic that. Just 9 because we have a straight. What if I did put a yellow? Not the right kind of challenge. There's a lot of cards we got. We drew something that, like, yeah. I don't have a 5. You generally have to ask if you didn't make it, yes. She's still awake. Oh yeah, we got this. Everything's a 4. Let's go. Let's go. 3 stars. I love cards that just bump up the value of everything. It's beautiful. You cautiously crawl up beside your subject, raising your hollow palm to get the best close up as possible. Oh, it bit me. You hope it's not venomous. On the bright side, you got the shot. More roots. Drifts and spark snow make the area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it, and you have to work to get them free every step. The only way forward is through it especially deep. We could take a break. That gives us stress relief. No, it doesn't. Snow Buddy, at least you try. They don't stick together. Right, but we do get a card out of it. We get some creativity. Made ourselves a Snow Bush Bub. I think we're good for like 1 event more, maybe 2 if we're lucky. No, I don't want the question mark events. Not another Bush Bub. Get out of here. Get out of here. You spot some familiar looking fruit. Hey, you've seen this bush before. There's no rock underneath. It's all part of one creature, an arborescent photosynth, a bush bub. It pays you no attention, continuing to blend in with the rest of its surrounding like a boulder. I don't want to pick the fruit, but we're going to pick the fruit. You're not letting it get away with being delicious. You grab some of the fruit as the bush bub rises up and roars with anger. Yep, you knew I wouldn't be happy. Look, I'm being a menace, but we're going to use the animal challenge. It's a little easier. Calm down. This gives us an extra, can I get a 4? I can get a 3. That's trash. That's not a good one. Okay. Also trash? Okay, hold up. We got 5, we can do better. Let's go here. What if I did this? Slightly better? I'm gonna go with, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. Ooh, these hands ain't so great. Oh, actually, hold on. I got an idea. Here we go. And then we just kind of get 3 2s, and that makes it 18. That's more than half. We're good. We're set. We're excellent, 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 excellent. Oh yeah, we got. I can see just from what we have already a bunch of points. I mean, Sag, but also the saddest part is that I need it. Okay, here we go. That's good. There we go. What if... Okay, hang on. How much is that? 25 versus 24. I'm going to take the 25. 20, yeah, okay. Not good. A couple collectibles on the way, but some are hard to see, like the crystals and medical roots. Yeah. Okay, fair. You soothe the bush bub and seems to nod in your direction, indicating you have some fruit. Yay, let's take a little bit. Not the loyalty! But we get food. Food is important. Alright, let's go see those. You say I missed a yellow flower. There's one here. There's a nice butterfly there. I'm not gonna go further than this little grove here. Okay. This is why upgrading perception is cool, because it highlights them as you walk by. Just see like the giant targeting thing. Medicinal root. There's Dees again. Hey, it's Linacea. Dees greets you cautiously as you pass on the narrow path. Hey, do you want me to show you something? Yes, you always find the coolest stuff. You follow him nearly for half an hour. A couple times he stops to listen for something, continues onward, tromping through the fields of broad-topped mush trees and swaying antler ferns. After a while, you start to wonder if he's lost. You're about to say something when he holds his hand up for silence and directs you to crawl under a huge mushroom. On the other side, you take a view down to one of the perfectly round ponds. Taking up most of it is an enormous Xeno, its legs deep underwater. It's a balneol. They live in the swamps. You don't usually see them here. This one seems totally at home. It dips its long neck and even longer mouth into the pond, sucking up water from the bottom and spewing it out at a spout at the back of its head. That's such a weird image. You spray of beautiful turquoise water sparkles in the sun. Tiny, colorful bird-like creatures dart around it, catching the tiny fish that come spraying out. What's it? That's just it. You enjoy the scene together. But that makes it so that it's too tiring. Which is tragic, but it also means okay, we're still in... I can take one more expedition there. Because we gotta go rest. But I like this. I'm gonna get rid of this, actually. Like, it's good to have the little color stuff, but we're doing more yellow than blue late. Or we try to, but, yeah. So, let's see. When I go onto this, let's see if I didn't... 4 events remaining, 4 collective... Boss event remaining. Okay, let's go. And then it's going to be glow, and I dearly hope that we don't just randomly lose somebody. I don't know what else I could do except buff our colony defense. But that's not, like, in the purview of this particular... Because, like, okay, we might be able to... No. I can't see the actual stats to our, like, colony defense and our food, unfortunately. We can check colony defense and food at the... Not the supply depot, but that room where the supply depot is, so that's not so bad. But, it is going to be annoying, not annoying, but like rough to figure it out from here. Well, I don't think we can from here. You can't just open the menu and see what your stats are like. These butterfly plants, man. There we go. You spot an enormous unfamiliar flower. Large waxy petals join to form a basin brimming with goopy yellow gunk. The entire thing has a sticky, melting look. The awful smell of the juice permeates the area. It's like something died in there. You know what we're not going to do? Any of these two. Wait and watch it. One of the nearby bushes starts rustling. Oh, another bush bub. It approaches the plant and dips an arm into it. Arm? Oh, right there. Okay. Bringing it to its face and licking it. Then it sticks its head right in there and drinks. You try not to gag. Blech. After some long, deep gulps, the bush bub wanders around looking slightly tipsy. It's alcohol. Put your hand in there. Plant contracts and sucks your arm into the elbow. Oh no, I'm gonna die. You panic expecting the sting of digestive juices, but it's just warm, gross, but oddly pleasant. There seems to be nothing else in there. You plant your feet on either side of the flower and pull your arm out with a mighty slurp. Your hand smells awful, but it feels all tingly and kind of stronger. And all your noise attracts a nearby bush bub. It comes scurrying out of the bush, growling and cackling. Cackling? Why are you laughing, homie? Okay, we're gonna defend ourselves, but like... I don't want to run. 5... Save that for later. This is nice, but again, we want to save it for later. Not that we get much of a choice. Okay. Eight, 4, 4, 5. Move you here. Not the best we could have done, but we did good, sir. Good dish. Funny creature rears up and stomps the ground intimidatingly, but by reading its body language you realize it's just trying to move you away from the big flower. You back away slowly, talking softly to it. Good, bush bub. You can keep your gross stink flower. It's all yours, buddy. Well, that wasn't really worth a full expedition, but hey. Rebellion. Alright, it's bad time. It's bad time. You wanna have a bad time? I don't know what to do here. Biology. We already maxed out biology, that's the problem. Okay, we're gonna go do empathy, but I do really want to like find a way to not get my mom killed. Help in the kitchens. Okay, hang on. Auntie Seaton comes bursting into the kitchen carrying a large crate. Special delivery, children! She sets the crate down on the prep table and sticks her hand inside. It's time to do my very favorite thing in the world, figuring out new ways to cook fresh food. You grew up eating soy rations, tasteless but nutrition. The hydroponics aboard the spaceship never made enough to feed everyone, so fresh food was a luxury. Auntie's always excited to try her hand at real cooking. With a flourish, she pulls from the box an alien plant that you've never seen before. It's pale blue-green, oblong, and about the size of her forearm. Hits the cutting board with a disturbingly meat-like slap and immediately starts oozing slime onto the surface. I am brought back to Grandia. Your father finally cleared this friendly little fruit for human consumption, Auntie Seaton says. It doesn't even have a name yet. You could come up with something fitting while you figure out how to use it. You look dubiously at the weird fruit. As you watch, it glorps out a fresh wave of slime. Auntie Seaton catches your disgusted expression and laughs. I'm sure we can think of something to do with it. Tammy says, clasping her hands nervously in front of her chest. Still, she doesn't look as enthusiastic as usual, but she still manages to chirp. It looks really fresh. Let's go, I'll try it. Iron stomach. Dissect the weird fruit. The goop seems to come from ducts under its thick skin, not the creamy yellow flesh inside. You pop a piece in your mouth. It's kind of sweet, like aloe. Crunchy and gooey at the same time. You give Tammy a thumbs up, but she's still too scared to touch it. Actually, new things are pretty scary, she says without a trace of embarrassment. Can't we use it for compost? No, the goal of that is to, like, not fail. Here, I've got radioactive plant in here, too. You want more murder plants? I got plenty. Yeah. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year as the colony's on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens when Cal and Anemone when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Oh, dude, I got enough bravery to do this? No. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Anemone declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Anemone... I'm gonna go inside, actually. You and Cal do as you're told while Anemone heads for the walls. You manage to push a trunk of gardening supplies across the door. They're automatic doors, so it won't stop them from opening, but at least it'll buy you a few more seconds to run away if something tries to come through. Cal looks up at the glass ceilings and walls. If they come through the door, he mutters. He shows you a good hiding spot, and together you curl up and try not to make any noise. I just hope nobody gets hurt, he mutters, hiding his face in his knees. After a while, the all-clear thing rings through the colony. You and Cal come out from your hiding place and creep back outside. In the distance, you can see two of the largest fields have been torn up. Cal shoots you a worried look, and you go back to collecting glowflies in silence. You watch your mom and dad survey the damage with grim, tight body language. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hand across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. What happened to the fields? Thank you for the lurk, Roach. Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed, it's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. I do worry about it. I'm 14 years old. Tell me. For whom do you fight? Hey, Tammy. Tammy looks worried. She's hugging herself and pacing around. Every now and then her attention turns sharply towards the east wall. You okay, Tammy? She's relieved to see you. There's something out there, she says in a quiet voice. Lots of somethings outside the walls. I think they're far away, but I can hear them. What do they sound like? It's like, she struggles to describe the sound. Squeaking, super high-pitched, really long sounds, like metal, or like a broken Robovac scraping across the floor. Okay, only there are hundreds of them. You shudder at the thought. Yep, they're all teenagers now. New character art. My dad said he picked those ears as my augmentation to keep me safe. His were the same, but they couldn't keep him safe, she sniffs. I'm scared. I hate my stupid ears. She bats at them with her fist, tears spring into her eyes. You're lucky to have such cool ears. Really? You think so? She lets you lean in close for a good look at her enormous elf-like ears. You wonder what it must be like to have such sensitive hearing. Can she hear the grass growing? Can she hear your heartbeat? Are we gonna... Yeah, we're gonna flirt with her. They're beautiful like the rest of you. Thanks, Selena. You imagine running your finger along the curve of her lovely ear, but stop yourself. Yeah, hold up, you're just 14. She apologizes for crying, even though you've seen it many times. Tammy's such a caring girl. It's unfair she has to suffer from her sensitive hearing, but so sweet that she doesn't want to be a burden. She gives you a big warm hug and says she's going to head inside soon, because it's nice and quiet in there. You leave her rubbing one of the ears thoughtfully. She's like, whoa, they're actually pretty? And then we get an extra boost card. What else did we learn? Hold up, what? Rex. I'm kind of sad that you don't get to see the Helio kids, like, as kids. I thought maybe after the first playthrough they'd be like, hey, which one do you want to start on? But that would have been a very interesting. We're at 68 with Tammy? We learned that. What else did we... Oh, whoa, what is this? Oh, I thought that was okay. They set it up opposite to my axis. Okay. I want to see my definition again. Can you run that one by me again? You're a polydactyl like many... Oh, which is the fingers. Like many great photofauna players. The natural world reveals its secrets to you, and your best friends say you're a great listener. Pronouns are they, them. Oh, crystals, of course. Can't wait to see Tammy, like, fully grown up. That was 2. What? 2 collectibles? Let's talk to our parents. You must wait. I don't have a good organization. What's Dad saying here? Help him with the animals. I can do that now? Okay. Lassoing a float cow. Let's go. Your dad is working with the float cows. One of them is sick and isn't producing enough urine as ballads, and he keeps wanting to float away. Your dad is building a spike so that he can tie her down until she feels better. You hold on to the leash, feeling like a little kid with a balloon. A big, woolly, gassy balloon. It looks down at you with placid, unblinking eyes. You can see yourself refracted in them. Weird. Neat. Yay. Ew, Dad. Gross. Yeah, I already maxed that out. What is our... We can't look at ourselves, like... like, you can't get a full body thing, I don't think. Unless... Nope. Not like that. A tangent. Despite representing only 2% of an average healthy adult weight, the brain consumes at rest 20% of all energy produced by the body. How about you relax on that, huh? You trying to... Okay. All events have respawned. All events are back. Okay. Let's go try to get some empathy up here. Help in the kitchen. Cake. Tammy tries to concoct a cake using blep tea as flavoring. She says that people on Earth used to make cakes using bitter coffee. You're not sure. If it turns out okay, you don't think you'd try if Tammy didn't ask. They'd also delighted to have a little snack to drink with their tea in the mornings. We got free cake out of that. Lit, dude. You get extra bonuses for straights here. We're not getting a straight here. That was the maximum amount of points we can make, so that's cool. It's your birthday! You wake up from a night to blissfully peaceful dreams. No nightmares, no premonitions, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. You stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery, quiet sunlight that sleeps through the porthole window. They're always changing. Things are always changing on Vertumna, but you can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself too. Not just your body, but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is gonna be your year. Oof, by the way. Your parents must have been working around the clock since the last night attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in your canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at the door. It's Antecedent! She sweeps into your room in a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on your bunk. Oh, look at you, she says. Happy birthday, beautiful. 13 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's creche, but all the kids still call her auntie and think of her as a close relative. Can't speak. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. So let us say, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special. So important. You're becoming a young adult, but I want you to know I will always, always be here for you. Just like your mom and dad, she says firmly. Now, what do I want to say? Antecedents love? I don't want to grow up. Might give us antecedents love, or we can get smart for my age. Give me the smartness. Rebellion points. That's what we're here for, even though I don't get plus 10 anymore. She laughs and releases your hand. Well then, mixed maturity. I love that. I love that. Okay. How about you call me Aunt Anne from now on, like the other adults do? Now, come on in here. Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you see Anemone standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out, and there's no hiding behind a corner. She skips into your quarters. Happy birthday, bud, she says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me for a few months. Me to my sister every time, by the way. It's good you're both here. Now that you've been... Oh, no. Now that you've both been menstruating for about a year, Anemone makes a face and mutters yuck, but Anne continues. You're both eligible for the cessation implant. Among other things, it will prevent the bleeding and pain and the emotional roller coaster of your monthly cycle. You automatically get this because last time I had her in, like, yeah, I guess you do. Mom, gross. Do you have to tell everybody about my cycle? I just don't want to get pregnant, okay? Well, yes, that is the among other things part, but I don't expect you two to be needing that part for a few years, right? We're not gonna go with this one. What's the matter, scared? Ew, grossaroon. Right? And Anemone agrees. She's always like this. You think this is bad? When I got my period, she made me a cake with a red gooey center that said, "Welcome to womanhood." She rolls her eyes. It's bad enough I, like, shot up overnight and got boobs and want to cry all the time. She has to go around telling everyone, too. Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields and bringing in the smell of crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh look, birthday visitors, your dad has claimed. Anne, are you going to stay for breakfast? Anne reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No, thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchen, seeing as I was stopping by. She pats your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Solanacea. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mom shakes her head as Anne and Anemone leave. Oh, Anne, she laughs, sentimental to the core. Oh, it's... Oh, Anne. Woombenhood, Abyss. It's Woombenhood. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast. But I don't know how the colony would manage without her and the children's creche, she says and points a fork at you. Family's more than people that birth you, Solanacea, and don't you forget it. Yeah, here. Grossaroon, dog. Let's give me my birthday cake. And then she tells me, can you share it? And I'm going to share it because I'm not a jerk. We share it every year. It's a tradition by this point. Literally the only one who gives you, like, consistent birthday gifts is the one that you might, like, probably die, well, automatically dies. Unless you save scum on the first playthrough. But is it really save scum if you're saving a life? I mean, I want to figure out this problem. Because, like, okay. Check the notice board. Ooh. I didn't want to do that. clean and organize the depot. Very funny. Very funny. They're all fake, by the way. You almost got me, Tang. Tang's not really a pranking type, but you stop yourself from looking up ID 10 T-gas. You dismiss the requisition and message your friends to knock it off. Finally, you get a real requisition and get down to work. It's easier than you thought. You're just finishing up with Mars Strolls. Mars Strolls? Hops onto the depot counter and primly crosses her legs. I am so totally relieved to have you as my assistant here, Selena. Finally, someone to haul boxes and fetch things so I can focus on the important work. Your assistant. I should be in charge. I don't care which one of you is in charge, so you can interrupt so long as you get the work done. Wait, did you wash the floors? Very impressive. Money. I didn't want to do this. I wasn't trying to do this one. Actually, this is probably going to be the best thing we can do. Nope, I lied to myself. This is not the best thing we can do. Oh yeah, no, that's silly. But you're locked! You... Are we actually locked out of, like, winning this one? Because they locked the wrong card in the wrong place? Trash! Trash, I say! I already did this. Oh, wait, maybe I can, No, we were at 17, now we're at this. I don't like that. 5 doesn't give me an actual straight, so no, I don't get straights out of this. So then ideally we want to do this, but that gives us 17. Okay, we're gonna have to push through. Literally the best. Yeah, what? Okay. Oh, I could have used some of my collectibles, you're right, my bad. Yeah, extra gear! So brave. Socks is gone! Walking around all the colony with just little emotional support cape. Yeah, baby! Oh yeah, everything's a 4 now. I forgot about that. Okay, hold up. Hello, Neil Miru. Oh! Your game! For real? It's beautiful. It's a great game, by the way. Welcome to the chat. You actually had me tearing up a bit when I finished it the first time around. I'm just gonna point that out, alright? Wait, what are we doing? What am I doing? Sorry, I clicked off the freaking page. My TikTok back. There we go. Oh, father, it's pollen month. He's wiping his nose as you approach. Yeah. Go see Instance. No, go see Instant. Oh, Dad, gross. Yeah, okay. You frustrate me, father. This is this is the one where he dies if I don't do something about it. Oh, you know what? That's fair. I didn't, I have everything tagged as first playthrough. I'm... With the nature of this game, I feel like it's still considered a playthrough. Like the first playthrough if you, like, don't finish it. But I don't know. I could understand the confusion. I might want to change my tag on that one. Here, we'll take that off. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. I'm gonna need to remember to put it back up tomorrow. There we go. Fix that. Thanks for the heads up. Okay. I can't fix my dad. My dad is gonna pass. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, we had Lum as our good boy Sigma. Because he's the true antagonist, I feel. Not that we can... Not that we can tell. Okay. Oh, man, what do we do? Expeditions, I suppose. I want to fix the greenhouse. I don't have big brain. To the plains. Okay, what you got for me, Utopia? Sorry, 3 stuff from the foragers have brought back, putting them into bins to either get analyzed or taken straight to the kitchen. Hi, sweet, she says. You're not even looking up. Not even looking up, sorry. You headed out? You and Dees take care of each other out there, okay? She sighs. I've got to get through all this before day's end, she says. It'll take me all day unless you're ready to help. Sure, help her out, man. Utopia. Oh, no. What is this? Which one of these fellows is poisonous? Pick randomly. You do to mix results. You're just guessing, huh? That's okay. You get out there on the survey team and keep your eyes open. You'll learn in no time. Bum, 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 ba-da-na-na-na-na. I'm gonna go back to the outskirts because I think that's where we might find that sim dude that Abyss mentioned earlier. Drifts of spark snow make this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it. Yeah, we've done this already. We're gonna shovel it around. Yeah, that gives us more stress, but like, I should have bought a shovel actually. My poor little teenage heart. There's not much to find out here. Find a particular plea. Yeah, I'm gonna stop to meditate. Give me that stress gone. Thank you. Thank goodness. Just wait it out wouldn't have been a bad idea, I feel, but +3 to the card to the right means I can do this and then this. But that's still not a straight. 21 versus 21 as well, okay. Well, there's only 2 places at the moment I have access to, John. That's the iffy part here. Okay. We got a 6 here, but I can do a 5 like this. Each gem on other cards. It's another 5, so why don't I do this? So, but if I do that, okay. Hang on. 20, 20. This is a 3 pair. Are you good, game? Yeah, game's okay. Game just had a bit of a meltdown there. I'm gonna go with this. Oh no. Okay, I need the new area. Gotcha. We need to level up perception. Uh-oh, we're not gonna have time. We need 20? Is it not 20 that I asked for? I bet it needed like 40 actually, because that seems to be the next. That's a 5. We're safe. Do I want to? I mean, I guess we could try to go for a high score. We did not get a high score whatsoever. Tragedy. You keep putting one foot in front of the others. You see something inexplicable. You squint at the driving stall. Yes, we've done this before. All right, we'll finish our expedition, and then we're gonna have to try and. Hello, much log. Needed to. Oh, I got the points. Hang on. Find a good angle. We got bit last time. Let's try not getting too close. Card becomes physical / red. Let's go. Keep my gems. Maybe if I. Alright, hang on. 15 versus 13. It's even worse. Get it out of here. Oh, both of them have a buff like that. I see what it is. Okay. We're not doing that. Oh, let's go for 15 for now. That'll do that. It's a 5 and a 5. That's a lot of points. I'll keep that, yeah. We got 8. Thanks, game. Lovely. 1 like this. If I had a 2, we could maybe. Okay. I mean, yeah, there we go. I don't think that's gonna be the 3 stars, no. Yeah, I didn't get bit. You're at lunch with the parents. There's something we should tell you, but you need to. Okay, yeah. This is where they tell us, hey, everything's really bad. I already know about the food. Parents experience surprise. You do? How? You scramble to explain that they haven't exactly been subtle. The announcement at Vernalia, plus how stressed they've been. You can put the pieces together. No, you didn't live in a dream of a past life. Your mom smiles. Our little kid is more mature than I realized. Sure. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars is also tagged along, and you take a seat near them as your mom and Aunt Anne stands to address the council. After Unicott officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says. All our efforts to increase food production in geoponics has failed, and the destruction on the fields during the last attack put the nail in your coffin. By the end of the year, we'll run out of food. The rest of the council members in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supplies for 2 years, Flulu. Red questions. You mean to say we're past the point of no return? She nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with rationing without securing a Vertundan food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched the numbers. Don't screw everything up. Why weren't we told earlier? Give me my rebellion points. Yeah, Mars agrees. Why weren't we told? We have the right to know. We live here too. She stands up and slams her hands on the table. We've been here for 4 years and we could have been helping this whole time, and all you did was have meetings about it. The council looks at Mars with surprise and then contempt. Unicott chuckles weakly. Imagine being carried for so long and being upset that your feet could not be cut by the rocks. She waves one shaking hand. Seeing the future... How old are you again? 85 now? Yeah, okay. Seeing the future is the privilege of youth. Thank goodness we have them to point out our flaws. Flulu. I do think it's really cool. The prosthetic and the cane mention really early on in her introduction. Fantastic. As well as how, like, she's very clearly... how do I say it? The tougher of the two parents you have. Like, your dad is the emotionally in touch one, the one that prefers to, like, I don't want to say coddle, but, like, he's the one who's like, oh, it's okay, I want you to stay happy, live to be a child, and she's like, yes, I need her to be, like, I need I need my child to be a child, but also, like, she was the soldier of the two, that's the thing, right? That's how she lost her leg, they mentioned it at some point. So what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't. We need to secure a food source this year, before our rations run out. We're working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. We have forage in the valley. Let's go. And then we get starving status, which I freaking hate, because I didn't realize that it reduced physical skill increase last time, and I wasted so much time trying to train. Oh yeah, I'm stressed AF. I gotta go sleep. Hello, I have a question to ask you. You ask if this has something to do with the list she keeps of her friend's favorite thing. Sort of? So what's your type? A sweet, sensitive girl with cute ears. Oh, that sounds nice, Tammy says and startles. Her hands fly to her face, which goes completely red, even up to the tippy tips of her ears. Oh, you mean, Celestinea? Oh. Okay, I've been thinking that my type is someone strong but also sensitive and kind and thoughtful. She hesitates and then just smiles and shakes her head. You wonder if she's thinking of Cal, because the two of them seem destined to be together since they were kids. Never mind, she says. It's not that interesting. No! I don't want to have to break up her and Cal if we want to romance her. That's not good. We are not doing that. I refuse. Relaxing in the lounge, because I don't have any pets, so... I will keep my memories. Go to late pollen. Father liveth still. Thou? I don't... Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Food. I mean, I could forage? Let's see here. I should be able to get that perception buff, right? No. We messed up. I can't do the thing. Okay, I might have to just waste the month, which is really tragic, but... Actually, you know what I can do? No! They got us. They caught us. Hold up, what if I did this? Oh, good. There we go, forge. There we go. What you got? Utopia greets you warmly as you muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Teast? What was I saying there? So let us say, I'm glad you could make it. We need everyone we can get out here right now, boosting our food supply. Na. Only 27, yeah. I'm ready to sniff out those tasties. Good luck hunting out there, she says, handing you an oversized backpack. More like a basket than a backpack. Use your hollow palm to identify edible and medicinal plants and just throw them in there. I'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep on the lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even a little bug will get you if you're not careful. Go slow, pay attention to your surroundings. If you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. We don't call it the Valley of Vertigo for no reasons. What's a fine lady like you doing a place like... No. What sort of things... Actually, I've already asked all these questions, I think, except for... No, okay, you can ask one. I'm so happy that they give us, like, 3 autosaves. That's a genius idea right there. We got the bugs. With the royal jelly and stuff. That's gonna be a rough one, but we're gonna have to get the sap. I need the sap for the food. Ooh, 81? Oh, baby. That's gonna be real bad. 19 is not the ideal situation here. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day... How does this give me 17 and the others give us less? What the fudge? Wait a minute. I'll think I'll get it. Because they're a pair. Right, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, I do gotta remember. Because at 14... Oh my god. Big yikes, though. Can change things to blue, so I might want to turn Cal Strength into a blue card. What is this? What the heck? Medicinal herbs. Draw a card. Maybe next turn. We're about to use a lot of these cards. Oh boy. Okay. 3 here. I needed another pair, and then what if I would have to do this to make it a little better? No? Just turn it blue. 16 is booty, doo-doo butt cheeks, as they say. Okay. If I do, it's 3 points for that, but if I could get it straight by doing, and then we could do that. It's 24, it's a lot better. We got a bunch of eggs too. It says we got 4 of them. The straight's giving us 6 points. I'm gonna keep it, but we need to get 40 points here. We're gonna have to push through at the end of this. No shot. Okay. All cards under 4 become 4. That's not bad. It's gonna... Right. Ideally we do something like this. And that's 34. We are very close to actually managing to pull this off. What we need to do is we use our blueberry fruit. Yeah, with this. None of these have effects, so none of these are really that useful. So we either get... We can push through this somewhat. It's a better result. It's not as bad. But we also get a bonus on pairs, eh? I mean, these are pairs, right? That wouldn't really change anything in the long run, unless I had more than one. Which I think I do. How do I know how many I've got? Could plus 1 to a card, and then, okay. No? No. Oh, no. I screwed myself with that, didn't I? You're a 0. I could do this. Right. Oh! It worked. Okay. You get in there and squeeze out some jelly from one of the Hive Queen's many holes. Love that wording. Squeeger! Somehow managing not to get sprayed too badly by our asses. So we still get hurt. We're starving, so that kind of sucks. But we get some food. We get some kudos. We get a bit more stress. Okay. This is kind of what we're here for. Riki Tiki. Yeah, I think this is the one we can, let's wait for it to leave. Just extra strafe. It ate something. I need food. Something about the ground here draws your attention. Oh yeah, scope it out. Too bad, I mean, my perception's basic, but... 63, good lord. Okay. 6, 5, 4 gives us 21. If I do 5, 5... No, that's not as good. Yeah, we're gonna go 6, 5, 4. I just wish I had another, like... Another something, man. I need another buff. How many are these left? Just the one? You have a freaky plush? Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we got gems here, but we don't have anything that gets buffs for gems. This turns into a 4 if I turn it... Okay, 21's a good start. It's a really good start, if I'm being honest. So, can I go... 3... 4... And then that does 4. That's 23. Yeah, this is gonna be cake. Compared to the last challenge. So plus 3 to the card to the right, plus 1 on a challenge, win. 5, make that that's an 8. Yeah, okay. So 5. Now we get a pair out of that. We get another pair over here. And we get a 4 here, so that's just better. Good. Launch a makeshift for them and a soul plush, which I also have. Oh no, I want. Is the makeshift still active? Cause like, holy cow, I love that. This game, that's like, I really like. I find it a lot more reasonable to buy like merch for games that are made by indie devs than the merch they make for non-indie games. Not because I think that. Well, first of all, supporting an indie dev is a lot easier, morally speaking, for my own sanity, I think. Like when you're looking at what indie devs do, there's like such a little likelihood for like scandals, first of all, and second of all, like most indie games are like I've said this before. Most indie games are made with much more passion than what we see on the front of a lot of AAA, if you will. And this game is one of them. I feel very clear about that. Oh yeah, forage. It's a potato minefield underground. Yeah. Hell yeah, kudos and food. Oh, it was back in December? Okay, because I know I got a makeshift plushie from Joe Cat, and that's the only one I'd ever seen, like, gotten to touch the makeshift stuff, I think. I don't have these. A brittle slug is rooting around the underbush. It's like a porcupine with no legs. Well, little is relative. It comes up to your waist and it must be at least 100 kilograms. You've seen a few of these up at Geoponics. They're easy to catch and their spines and berries naturally fall off and are edible. A chew is a renewable source of food. Kind of like jerky. Maybe you could catch this one? I can't. I don't have what I need. It didn't even notice you're there. Miraculously, you watch it bumble around. It's so cute. It has no legs, just a scaled belly that it kind of flexes and undulates to get around. And unlike a slug, it isn't slimy at all. It's pretty darn adorable, actually. Fortunately, we couldn't get the renewable source of food from this one. Another Vriki. Curious Vriki blocks your path. It's acting strange. It keeps scurrying up trees and hanging upside down to get a different... I'm gonna approach it. Mainly because it's blocking our way. Locked. This one. What an awful card to lock. You... absolute... bums. I mean... if you're gonna stay there, be yellow. I might want to do that last, actually. I mean, if you're gonna stay there, keep the buffs, too. There we go. I do like that that happens. Okay, 5, 5, 5. It's true, I had a pet Vriki on my last go, and this one was a lot easier because you could just, like... No, I think this is the one that it's not interested in you, but there are some where the Vriki's, like... staring at your pet, like you interact with some pet, with the pet Vriki as well. And I'm like, yeah, go for that. I love that. That's good. 6, and then I'm gonna do this. I can't move this one. Blimey hell. I got a pet Vriki and a pet Hopeye last time I played. Runs up your leg. It's checking me out, and I got stressed out about it, but I'm alive. Oh, what is this? You find a Trippet, a large, tasty plant, kind of. You've heard it's sort of like an animal, too. Like a lot of creatures on Vertumna, it kind of defies classification. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's practically taller than you are. Harvest some stalks. You start breaking off the freshest and youngest looking shoots, the plant shudders. Analyze it. I don't want to harm it. I also don't want it to explode at me. Please. Card gets +2. That's another 4. Let's go. 4, 4, 3, 1. Okay. It's not a great... It's an achievement to get all 4 pets in one playthrough. Okay, I didn't know how many pets there were, so 4 is a good number, actually. I'm saving you for next turn. 4... 4... 4? Then I'm going to put you here. Yeah, I think that's good. There we go. 8. Make this a 10. That's a 3. That's a 2. If I had a 4, that'd be really cool, but I think I use all my 4s. However, I can kind of cheat a little bit. Here we go. 4, and then if I get the 5 here, 37. Very nice. I have to be a little stingy on my consumables. Yeah, the plant is alive and sentient, like an animal. It's definitely not happy that you're ripping its limbs off. It's hard to tell if it's in pain, really. You'd say discomfort, at least. All the same, I need a food! Keeps shuddering. You hear a low, long whistle and realize it's coming out of the Trippet's holes, like a very quiet backpack slowly contracting. I don't want to kill it, but I need the food. It's a large enough Trippet that you're able to completely fill your basket before even touching the tender innermost meat. The Trippet is looking kind of bare, but you're sure it'll grow more stalks. You make note of your map where it is, but oddly you never find it again. It moved. We got 3 food units, which is really good. I don't know if it's going to solve the problem. You're surprised when you wake up this morning and your mom and dad are both still in quarters. Usually they're gone long before sunrise. Pull back the curtain and they look over at you big smiles. Selena, your mom says, cradling a mug of blep tea in your hands as your dad rubs her feet. Good morning. Good morning? Why are you still here? Someone didn't hear the good news, your mom replies. We're announcing it later today, but guess what, kiddo? I think we're gonna be okay. She chuckles at your sleepy, confused look. The famine, she explains. We still need to do the work, but we pulled out of it. We got out of the spiral. We're gonna be okay. Between farming and foraging, we've secured enough food to make it through until harvest next year. That's great! Your mom salutes you with her blep tea. She looks more relaxed than you've seen her for a year at least, maybe since before you landed on Vertumna. You know it could have been so much worse, but you pushed those dream memories from your mind. Yeah, I think we just saved her life. Your dad sighs happily. I'm already looking forward to dinner. I haven't really cooked in ages. What should we have, Selena? Yo, mom should choose. No, not the loyalty points again! Yeah, I definitely need more. That's right, it was her hard work that saved the colony. Your mom chooses a great big platter of roasted vegetables. Peppers, onions, corns, sweet and a little spicy and so delicious. You and your parents cook a private meal in your kitchenette. Your dad does most of the work, but you help. When you sit down for a quiet family dinner, you realize it's the first time you've done this in... You can't even remember how long. You talk about your day in the most mundane way possible. It's so pleasantly normal. You don't even get close to clearing your plate since your body isn't used to so much food, but that's okay. You eat slowly and savor it. Every bite is heaven, and made even better by knowing that you had a real impact on the colony's future. Let's go! Let's go sleep dust away, I guess. Maybe now we can cure our dad? I guess not. What did I learn today? When did I get more? What? It's organizing. Did I get 40? Oh, goodness. You've been so busy lately, the only way you're able to get all your work done is multitasking. While you're studying while you're eating, brushing your teeth in the shower, listening to Hollow novels while you're about to fall asleep. You have to double up on everything. The value is wild. It says it's 3, but okay. Oh, it means that, okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. It's a 3, but you can combo with literally everything. You kind of expect your mom to tell you to take it easy, but she just laughs and claps you on the back. You're all my kid, alright? She says, just too much cursed. Work, not enough hours in the day. I know how you feel. Well, I wish you gave me stress relief from that, but no, can't cheat the system by talking to my mom, I suppose. Hey, Tammy. I got you a present. I don't know what she likes. Cake? Like flowers? Wait. No, I can't give presents to my mom, never mind. I know that's my mom's favorite. I remember they mentioned it last time, so I was like, Relax in the lounge. Keeping all 3 of those. It's time for Vertumnellia, the yearly midsummer celebration where the colony gives thanks for its good fortune. This year you have a lot to be thankful for. As you file into the main square, you see the feast table laden with literal fruits of your labors. Great big piles of foraged food compete for table space with tureens overflowing with potatoes and corn, all steaming and gorgeous in the high dust sunlight. It was a lot of hard work, but you can be proud. You did this. You helped. Governor Udicott's still recovering from the effects of rationing, her body quaking as she takes her place on the stage. My, what a year it's been, she chuckles, her voice dry and thin even through the maxiphoner. I'm so proud to stand before you today on Feast Day to enjoy the results of our hard work. This year, more than any other year, we celebrate our resolve as a community. She spreads her thin arms in welcome. Let us enjoy our blessings together. This colony applauds and Udicott bows her head in thanks. You hate... Yeah, same, to be honest. Because they were just gonna do this. Joiners! I keep complaining about loyalty points, but I can't not wipe the floor with Mars. You and Mars report to the stage for the talent competition. Deece is nowhere to be seen. Mars frowns, looking around as if he's lying in wait. Oh, boo, she grumbles. He's always made me look good. If it's just you, I'm only the best of 2. Mars has been working on her speechcraft. You've never been the best for the record. I've wiped the floor with you every year. This year, she gives a speech inspired by great leaders of Earth, linking their philosophies into a sort of mega-theory about how the greatest works of human history have come from overcoming our greatest struggles through ingenuity and cooperation. Because it's Mars, the climax of the speech resolves with inspirational music and fireworks. It's very exciting. You're up. What have you prepared? Get an original song, I guess. Give us music. Give us culture. If I had a 5, that'd be cool. I don't have a 5, so we're gonna go with yellow. Okay, hold up. If we're doing yellow, then I might as well go boop. That's not bad, but I could do better, I think. Could I? No, I can't get a chain out of that. Alright, hold up. No. Yeah. 13. Because if I went... Okay, let's start over. Automatic 2. Good. 3. 3. 3. Same amount of points. You're not yellow, so you don't count. 14. Nope. Alright, that has to be yellow, so we'll do this at 16. Okay, this is not a bad start, it's just not a good start. It's just a meh start. This is a good place for you. That's great here. Put that here. And then this would give us 23. What if this is 20? Okay, 23 is acceptable. I can get 19 for sure on this one. 5, 4, 4, 4. Mars's act was a tough one to follow, but the talent show is judged by audience applause. No one wants to be lectured about uncomfortable truths, and your lighthearted song easily wins over the audience. Mars looks miffed at the snub, but she shakes her hand. Geniuses are rarely appreciated in their time. Free success. Okay, now this next thing we gotta do, right? Mom will probably die if we don't save her in the long run. Okay. Furthermore, your attitude towards your elders is in general is entirely disrespectful. You find Udicott delivering a scathing reprimand to Mars, who is doing her level best. It looks like she'd rather be elsewhere. You speak out of turn. You question this council's decisions. If you disagree with an order, you simply do not do it. Should I go on? I could go on. Do you need me to go on? No, she scowls and replies. Udicott clicks her tongue. I honestly thought better of you, Marzipan, she chastises. You have the sort of natural leadership ability I remember when I was a girl many years ago. Mars doesn't roll her eyes, but you get the sense it's a close call. You need to set a better example for the other children, Udicott continues. It's okay to have your own opinions, but if you kids can't just do whatever you want, you have to follow the rules and respect your elders. See, I feel the first part, I don't feel the second part. I'm setting a good example. Stomping your foot. Hello, the only reason we're here is because a bunch of people knew living on Earth was nonsense and decided to do something different. Udicott looks scandalized, but Mars just continues on. Maybe kids should have more authority. We're the ones with the new ideas that will take us into the future. I don't know what Mars is right. Rebellion! So what do I care about Udicott? See, Mars insists. Everyone agrees with me. You might be on Vertumna, but your ancient old brain is still stuck back on Earth. She takes a deep breath and for a moment seems much older. Governor Udicott, we need higher walls and more aggressive farmland clearing, and we need it now. Are we here to stay on this planet, or will we just sit around until the jungle swallows it back up? Udicott's mouth opens and closes a few times, then she puts her hand to her forehead. Both of you get back to your duties, Marzipan. We will talk about this later, in private. Nuh-uh, you can tell me what you want to tell me in front of everybody else. I guess that was an event we triggered from having high enough friendship. Like, it's dusty. Well... Empathy's high enough. I don't think we need to get it to 100. 9 events, 12 collectibles, and a boss event. Alright. Going back out to forage. Nice blob of fruit. Good. This is a lot easier when you have like high physical stats. We went right, so let's keep going right until we find the boss event. The boss event usually asks us if we want to leave afterwards. There's another collectible here. There's a Vriki up there. I see a blob of fruit in the distance. The flower. I don't know if I have to pick that up. I guess I do. Herd of float cow are grazing nearby. You watch them peacefully bob along, occasionally releasing streams of urine or clouds of helium to maintain a steady height. Try to milk one. Oh, I guess you could get... Okay, milk one. Nice. You approach a gravid float cow, clucking softly to it. Its big bug eyes peer at you curiously as you hunker down by its udders and relieve it of... Wow, almost 10 liters of float cow milk. Float cow seems relieved to be milk. It's so light after you finish that it leaps into the air, and the rest of the herd follows. They drift off over the treetops like lost balloons. Easy peasy. Moving on. An abnormously enormous tree forms part of the path here. Its root cut natural stairs into the path, and its magnificent canopy of large, flat leaves completely blocks out the sky. They arc overhead, almost to the ground on the other side. Walking under is like going through a tunnel. If the tunnel is dark and gloomy, unseasonably cool, and filled with the whispering of leaves, you get the sense that something is aware of your presence. Bravery. I'm gonna whisper back. Well, I could do 222. So give us 12. This also gives us 12. 9. Okay. Alright, we'll go with 12. I mean, it's not like we can do much better. Goodness. This is kind of doo-doo butt cheeks. Okay, but knowing this, I can probably switch it out a bit. No? Of course you're locked. We're gonna need a lot of points for this one. Okay. I'm not sure that was the best choice on that end. No, I don't think the 0 is gonna be very good either. Okay. 4. 4. That is blue. 20. 21. Still 21. Okay, it's just 20. What if I turned you blue? I can't turn you blue. It's not good. Turn something red. +1 won't help me here. We could choose to boost this one though. Somewhat better. Not this one though. Also somewhat important, the fact that I can actually like re-roll my entire hand here. Let's go with this for now. 3 is good. Right? For each gem on other cards. That's really good. It is just a 4 though. Yeah, that's excellent. This is like the best I could possibly do right now with without changing something. I guess we could push through for 10 stress. That's not too bad. Yeah, we got the best score we can do. Nearby leaf unfurls and offers you 2 large hard nuts. You feel a sense of peace and cooperation wash over you. Like you and the tree have an understanding. Bring them back. Back. Law-abiding citizen continues. Dense cloud of pollen trees. Pollen makes it hard to even see, and it's a good thing. We're just gonna have to walk through, I guess. But we're gonna. No problem this time? Good. There's the boss event. Okay. You're alone exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. The pollen is thick here and your air filter's overworked. Oh, yeah, I remember this. There are plants here that you've never seen before. Flowers with intense rainbow hues and strange lumps of fungal matter which pulses at their breathing. You cut some samples. Utopia will totally give you extra kudos for this. The pollen is especially thick up ahead, deep fuchsia and shimmering with color. Everything here seems to dance with tiny flecks of redirected light. It's kind of magical. You push forward into the suffocating pink fog. It's so thick you can only see a few meters ahead. You follow the glimmering towards where it is densest. Come upon a glade filled with what seems to be strange topiaries. They loom out of the glittering fog, each in the shape of an animal. They're all formed with the same spongy, glittering pink substance and dotted with finger-length fungal growths. You're so distracted you almost fall into a large hole at the center of the glade. I want a sample. Yeah. As you bend down to take a sample, you realize that dense shining haze is coming from the topiaries. The fog is seeping out of the holes at the end of each fungal growth. Break off a few of the growths into a collection of vials. You remember being helping Tang for extra credit in biology class. She said that the shimmer and seasonal illness that affects your dad and pollen is some kind of colonizing fungal growth. Could this be related? Your EnviroSuit beeps a warning. Inspect. Topiary, you choose a large dog-sized quadruped which appears to be kneeling. It's far too lifelike. As you get close, you realize with growing revulsion that this was once a living creature, now encased or transformed entirely into the sparkling pink. Oh! You have it. Yes, I knew! We figured it out! Because the first time around we couldn't know. We could have, but we found it after my dad died. But we were told by instance that, like, you need to see the final state in order to save somebody. They died from the shimmer. You have a strong sense of remembering. This is bad place. A terrible illness lurks in this part of the valley. And it will pounce if you stay here a moment longer. You have to get out of here immediately. Yo, run, leave. As you exit the thick pollen and are able to see again, your mask warning light starts flashing red. Filter's finally clogged. You get out of there not a moment too soon. You lurch back to the checkpoint where the other foragers quickly replace your filter. Utopia chides you for not paying attention. Go home. But, like, okay, we found they're dead, but we didn't get the, like, I don't think our character realized that that's what's happening, right? Alright, let's go talk to Tang. Nope. It's invisible tracker, but it hasn't, like, actually... Doesn't look like it changed anything I can do. Engineering is down there. Okay. Right. I guess we could do... I don't know. Doesn't seem like anything's here. You think any? Oh, right, because it's one of those random events that you actually need to trigger. Good point. I was thinking, but I didn't want to waste my, like, month. Okay, then what do I actually want? This gives us engineering and reasoning, which we could use some buffs on both ends, but this gives us biology and reasoning. Biology's maxed out. I don't want to do that. Okay, engineering it is. Professor Hal rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, then engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will we also be learning about nuclear engineering? She asks. Yes, at a beginner level, we'll have an overview of atomic theory, and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Didn't do much for us, but hey. 5, 8. You're not... Oh, we have doing paperwork. Yeah, that's a thing. 16. It just gives us 0. It's not very useful. If I had a 4, that'd be cool. I have a 5, though. Oh. I mean, that takes our pair away, though. Oh, it wouldn't even give us a... I think I kind of goofed that a bit. Because it wouldn't even give us a... what I wanted out of it. Okay, hang on. We might make this work, though. Because it gives us a boost to whatever. This gives us this. It's only a 4. That's 22. Good. Top. Top, 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 top. Oh, okay. Thanks for coming by, John. Have a good night. We're in wet season now. We still don't have the saliva samples, and that's the problem, I think. We weren't able to give the saliva samples to Tangent. Okay, I guess we keep trying, huh? Because maybe that didn't trigger because this was our first engineering class. Further your engineering knowledge, you're talking a mini class with Chief Engineer instance on the construction and maintenance of your holopalms. The devices are engineered bismuth crystals. Embedded in your palms when you start school. They use the heat and electric currents of the human body to power themselves, to talk to each other, and to connect to the HoloNet. Congruence is a massive repository of information. You can barely remember life before yours. Holopalms were commonplace by the time the Vertumnus group first formed on Earth, and the square bismuth is grown in the lab, Instance explains. So the physical device itself isn't hard to maintain. The difficulty is in the display and touch interface. Instance opens her holopalm, displaying a visible project screen floating above her palm. As chief engineer, she also has one of the fancier versions that combines with a pair of eyeglasses to superimpose a projection right onto what she sees. The interface relies on plasma voxel generators, which require extremely small components that are impossible to nanoprint. The material will have to be mined from Tumnus itself. Oh, we might be able to go geoponics, right? This is early wet. Okay, Tang raises her hand. Is it possible to hack these devices, she asks? If the biological electronic interface is so thin, is it possible to hack the human body? In a way, we've already begun to hack the human body, Instance replies. What do you call gene tech? Everything that body does and is capable of depends on 4 nucleobases in different configurations. It's no different than congruence. Human and artificial intelligence are both built from a limited code and are transformed into more by the building. Your genetic enhancements, super hearing and sight, temperature regulation, increased resistance to fear, disease, and fatigue, all present in the human genome and unlocked by the power of science. Nice. The class splits into working groups to explore installing modules onto your holopalm. You and Tangent are in a group together. She begins installing a mod that will let her scan inorganic materials and get a reading of their chemical compositions. What do you do? Remove it? No, thank you. Oh man, I have no engineering points. Tragic. You don't feel comfortable not modding your own holopalm yet, so you just sit and watch Tang as she upgrades hers. She's hesitant at first, but relaxes after she realizes that you're not here to judge her. You learn a lot from her. She can be nice, as long as you don't ask too many dumb questions, and you're doing something she likes. But we do get engineering out of this, and our engineering was really... we should be okay. Plus 2 to last card, so if I put a 4 here, it turns into a 6. No, no, 5. Oh, I love that it gives me this, but we have like all 4 pluses. Tragedy, dude. Actual tragedy. Way easier in subsequent playthroughs. Yeah, you gotta figure it out first, and then your character will be like, I figured it out! Have you tried? Okay, let's go to geoponics. We might have to experiment, like you said. Because we got the spore. Xenobotany. You report to work in the geoponics laboratory, bringing along the sample of weird spongy purple pink stuff you found in the fog cloud in the Valley of Vertigo. Your dad is very interested in your sample. He has you analyze it right away, scrutinizing your sample under the microscope, and then with the spectrometer, you compare the spores to known substances. You determine it shares a chemical compound seen in fungi with psychotropic effects. It could make people hallucinate. Huh. Your dad says, that explains some things. Think about those creatures, these topiary covered in this stuff. They were all grouped together in the same place by the weird hole. Did the fungus make them go there? But why? Oh, that's why he wants to go out so bad! Take a look at these, your dad says, sending you an archive on your holopod. He's kept detailed records of the air quality, humidity, and temperatures, spanning back almost to the day you landed here. There are even some actual air samples preserved in vacuum-sealed tubes. You take a look, and sure enough, the spores are always present in the air here. Which is where he dies, too. We find him dead outside of the walls, don't we? Wait, could this be what makes your dad sick every year? Is he trying to colonize him, like those creatures? Yes, this fungus must be the cause of the shimmer sickness. Looking for a way to neutralize it, you hit the archives again. You work at it for a few days, but identifying a compound and noticing a pattern is one thing. For the heavy science, you need help from Dr. Instance. This is strong work, Instance says, scrolling through your findings on her holopod. You see you had this sample yourself? This is impressive for someone your age. Summons Tang to join you. Please get Tangent up to date on your research, she said. She'll take it from here. She has more of a mind for these things. Sensing the shift in power balance, Tang blanches at you and looks apologetically. No one knows this better than me. Instance raises her hand. I'm not passing judgment on your ability, she says placatingly. You clearly know this research well, and I can find nothing wrong with your methods. Still, something this important and dangerous should be done in more controlled conditions. Tang has been scrolling through her research. This is good work, she agrees, but this is a medical problem, not a gardening one. We're already studying the shimmer, so just think of it as combining your research with ours. The corners of her mouth twitch up. The most of a smile anyone can usually get from Tang. I'd like to work with you on this, actually. I can't believe you got all this from just a sample. If you... Instance nods, dismissing you both. If you'd like, Selena, you could stop by the lab later to check on your progress. So we have to stop by the lab to check on the progress. Now, let's get this 24. I got one card here, so that'll be a 4. Can I get a 4? Can I get a 4? Can I get a 1? Doesn't really change much, does it? Not the best. Oh, I could have swapped the two first ones could have been swapped around. Extra kudos for me, maybe. Let's go save our father. We have just enough stress to not friggin... They said engineering, right? Yeah. No, it didn't work. Yo, Tang. Spa day. Oh no, I don't want to forget stuff. Forget about that. Forgetting. I think it's in engineering, but yeah. 30% sufficient. Colony security rating out of my hands. I am not a soldier today. Okay. Study engineering. Tang and Chief Engineer Instance have been hard at work in the lab trying to find a cure for the shimmer disease. You join them in their research. You're the one who found a sample of shimmer fungus and analyzed it. You're the one whose father suffers the most from it. You confirm that the shimmer is an airborne fungal disease and that the thick, choking spores and pollen are the same fungi from the Valley of Vertigo, the ones that colonize the host and turn their bodies into more spore-producing fungus. Finally, you have a long-due breakthrough. Sunlight! You try inoculations, antibiotics, antifungal creams, but what finally works is a high-intensity light treatment mimicking the full force of the sun's during dust, coupled with an injection to increase its potency. Of course, Tang exclaims. The fungus colonizes animal life during pollen, and some succumb to it, but the intense light of dust scourges the fungus from the survivors. It's all part of the natural cycle. The treatment works on samples, now to test it on a subject. Test it on... Leave the animals alone. On myself. You open a triple-locked research room and pass through an airlock. You don't have your EnviroSuit on, but that's the point. You need a strong dose of this fungus in your lungs. Small room is filled with shimmer fungus. It's growing on everything. The floor and walls and on lumpy shapes that were some kind of biological matter once. Now it's all just fungus, violet and shiny. You breathe deeply, marveling in the feeling of soupy, dangerous air infiltrating your body. Tang watches safely from behind the thick plexiglass. You can't tell if she's jealous or impressed. Hey, next you slide into the light therapy machine to bask in the nice warm light for a while. You even have a nap. Dr. Instance takes your vitals and runs samples of you through various machines. She's excruciatingly thorough, but after a few days, she concludes that the treatment is a success. You still carry a high fungal load, but its effects have been nullified by the light therapy. Hell yeah, the shimmer cure. Nice. That's us, that's nice. Remarkable, Instance says, going over your findings. Now that we have a frontline therapy, we can begin treating the population to prevent the fungus from taking hold. She looks over at Tang. Selenacea's discovery will be of great help with our other research. You expect Tangent might be cross that you got the credit, but she nods, looking pleased. You're just thankful that no one was killed, not your father or anyone else. The colony is safe from Shimmer. Double parents saved. We did it. Okay, turn everything blue. Let's freaking go. +4 the last guard. +2 the last guard. Okay, hold up. If I do one of these and then we do Baba Booey. Oh, that don't work because I want you like this. But then we can't double it. Oh, no. This is the ideal situation. Yeah, okay, cool. Just perfect. We could have put the 3 there because it wasn't blue. I'm just dingos. You know what we gotta do now? Rest right before glow season. Let's go, baby! We saved our parent. Though I'm pretty sure Kombucha's gonna die because our colony, like, defense is trash level. Just need an easier way to save your mom every playthrough. Uh-oh. Crap. Yeah, we need more food. You nestle in the cushions, close your eyes, and listen to music. You have an archive of 100. Yeah, okay, we've heard this one already. I'll save those, yeah. The roar wakes you. It would wake the dead. It shakes the walls, rumbles through the ship's hull, and makes your heart skip a beat. You're paralyzed by a sudden clench of fear in your gut. Through your porthole window, you hear metal screeching and people shouting. Then another roar, guttural and rumbling like the sound of a mountain collapsing. Something enormous is out there. We can't save Calm from inside. Faceless. Yeah, I think Kombucha's gonna die, no matter what. In the place of a face or even a head, its body just unzips, revealing a mess of writhing pink tentacles and blinking eyes. Okay, we can save Calm? Gotcha. Pocked with jagged asymmetrical teeth, it stands on 4 enormously powerful legs, each as wide across as tree trunks. Clinging to its back and its thick slug-like tails are clumps of lichen that grow faintly in the night. The creature is nearly twice the height of a greenhouse. It's standing on top of a flattened one, the wreckage of lattice and plants all around. Flickers of light from blast rifles and stun gloves light it from underneath, and the stench of ozone is thick in the air. You see Anemone and her brother Calm darting in and around its legs with their twin shocks of red hair. The faceless creature lurches into another greenhouse, oblivious to the soldiers trying to herd it away. The monster left a trail of destruction from where it smashed through the walls. Smaller creatures are pouring in through the gap and heading towards. They're headed straight to command. You watch helplessly as the hordes of animals storm command, sneaking through torn away panels and smashing through windows. It's too far away to hear the screams, but Governor Uticott is inside. You have to do something. Let's see if we can save Uticott. The smaller creatures are making a beeline for command, slipping into the heart of the colony while the defense squad is distracted. The line of slinking many-legged beasts passed by much easier targets, moving with eerie, almost tactical purpose. Whatever's happening, you have to stop them. The scene in command is chaos. The blast doors that would have protected the bridge from depressurization in space are held open by a mound of corpses, both human and animal. And inside you hear Governor Uticott screaming for someone to help her. Let's go. We're kind of bad at we're suck at combat. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, we need to get 60 overall. I guess it's gonna be this for now. 15 is booty, dude. I kinda wish I didn't have to... I kinda wish I didn't have to use... Okay. Ideally... Okay. This is fine. That was fine. It's okay. 4. It's gonna go down to 3 if I play another card. 4. No, I don't want to redraw the entire thing. I want to draw 1 card, please. 4? Okay. I gotta try to save the governor here. All cards under 4 become 4. Beautiful. This one will stay at 2 no matter what, so maybe I don't play you. That's a success anyway. It doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, I don't know if that's our best, but we got a super goal. Oh, the mom thing? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Not Calm, no. Calm's dead. You beat back enough beasts to help Uticott escape the bridge. As you shelter under a meeting room table, you hear... I think you need better equipment for Calm, honestly. As you shelter under a meeting room table, you hear horrible noises from the rest of the ship. Metal screeching, that terrible abomination roaring, the sounds of the creatures outside tearing their way through the hallways and trashing everything. Suddenly, the ship lurches and drops a few feet, buckling under the weight of something massive. Out of the porthole window, you see a fleshy pink tentacle slap against the side of the ship before the faceless abomination outside crashes to the ground, taking the entire outer wall of the ship with it. Udicott sobs quietly into her hands into the sudden silence. You wait for a long time until Congruence gives you the all clear. The council calls an all-colony meeting to face the aftermath of the attack. In the oppressive gloom of glow, you gather near engineering with the other survivors. It's one of the few buildings still standing. The corpse of the Faceless still sits in the caved-in wreckage of the Stratospheric, spilling its flaccid pink tentacles from its horrible zebra-toothed maw. It's already beginning to stink. Maw, not Mao. Governor Udicott takes the stage and thanks you personally for rescuing her during the attack. Because of your bravery, the colony still has a leader. Yeah, we're gonna need that against Lum. She also acknowledges the bravery of the defense squad, citing their heroism as finally taking down the Faceless. If only it hadn't gotten away from them and stampeded right into the Stratospheric. At least they stopped it before it got into engineering, as it would have activated the reactor and left a crater the size of an asteroid impact. Geoponics is gone, the greenhouse is destroyed and fields trampled. After a year of suffering, starving, and only barely scraping by, you're not just back where you started, it's even worse. The entire front half of the Stratospheric has been destroyed. The living quarters, the canteen, the garrison, the lounge, even the creche, it's all gone. It's only by some stroke of luck that people hiding in the creche weren't all killed. Governor Udicott solemnly reads the name of those who lost their lives. Too many. Yeah, I had a hope that Calm might not be there, but yeah. You all stand for a moment of silence. You feel the weight of loss like a blow to your chest. An emanating family cry out when her brother Calm's name is called, and their quiet sobbing continues through the silence. See, the reason I think that Calm can't be saved is because his death is like the linchpin of her going over to the Helio side and wanting to join their armed forces. With the living quarters destroyed, everyone moves into the engineering wing for shelter. You've crowded into the classroom with other families. The adults try to make it seem like a sleepover, but you're all still so shaken. Tammy doesn't return to the classroom. The little one's got out okay, but she's still in medbay and will be for a while. Anemone cries about her brother and screams at anyone who tries to comfort her. Eventually, you just ignore her grief, as painful as it is to hear her sobbing at night. You feel like you've been awake for days. You'll never fully sleep again. You try, but you keep jerking awake, crying out in fear. Eventually, you fall asleep sitting up, held in your father's arms. Your sleep is fitful, but merciless. So Calm's the one we can't save. Mercifully dreamless. So we could technically save Melatonin then. Yep. And morning means all skill increases. Oof! That's pretty bad. Okay. We can't do much except like go on expeditions here, I think. Now we can do engineering, guys. Mourn. I mean, do I have a choice? We can't do anything. They're all locked. Rebuild! First month of quiet passes, each day plodding one after the other. Yeah, you still have trouble sleeping in the classroom barracks, but there's nowhere else to go. Every day you wake with the others and try to make the best of it. Grief and anger come in waves, not just for you, but for everyone. Some days are better than others. You're assigned to help rebuild the walls. The first part of the month is spent just dragging away the wreckage, sorting it into salvage or recycling. By the time that's done, crews disassembling parts of the Stratospheric have delivered enough salvage they can begin working patching up the walls. A sense of urgency permeates the crew. After everything, people need to feel safe. Deese is on the work crew with you, something he does begrudgingly. Walls didn't help the first time, he grumbles whenever anyone asks for his opinion. Should just tear them all down and live like the animals do. If someone planted a bunch of buildings on my land, I'd be pissed too. I mean, I don't want to rebel, but like, he's right. Rebel. I do want to rebel, actually, I lied. You don't go so far as to sabotage the walls, but you certainly don't contribute. You and Deese drag your feet, sulking anytime someone tells you to work harder. Surprisingly, you don't get in trouble, you're just kids after all. No one expects you to get back to work right after a huge trauma like losing your home. We're like stuck at 50-50. One. I mean, I guess... yeah, it's the best we could do. We get toughness. Okay, we get stuff, actually. It's not zero. The sun's finally dawned again on your birthday. You wake early and climb to the top of engineering to watch the first sun's watery rays break the horizon as the wormhole recedes across the sky. Dawn should represent hope after a long period of darkness, but this light only reveals the full extent of the damage to the colony. You've been having trouble sleeping like most people. It's hard to find rest crammed into the classroom with all the other kids and their families, and every time you close your eyes, you shake your head to clear the memories. Is there anything you could have done, or is the colony destined to be destroyed no matter what you do? You pull your blanket more tightly around your shoulders. Not your blanket, that one's gone. And stare out as the sun rises on the horizon, meager and sickly. Hey kiddo, you hear when your mom comes and sits down beside you. I thought I'd find you here. You both sit in silence for a while, watching the sunrise pick out all the broken glass littering the fields, glimmering like a field of stars. After a few minutes, your mom nudges you with her elbow. So, she says, your first apocalypse, huh? She huffs, smiling self-deprecatingly. First one's always the hardest, she sighs. When the first colony was attacked back on Earth, I thought that was it. Everything my parents told me about, the power of community, all that, I thought they were full of crap, too. She turns and gives you a serious look. It's okay to be sad right now, and mad, too. I'm mad as hell. I want to get out there and rip every goddamn mushroom out of the ground, and that's keeping me going for now. So that's one for the swear jar, by the way. What the fudge? There we go. My bad. I said my bad, but that's because they threw it in with another word! That's not going to be forever, Seleniceia. She continues. Eventually, the sadness and rage is going to cool, and you have to figure out how to feel after that. She points at your chest. Hope lives here, she says. It's the human condition. We just don't know when to give up. Your mom squints out into the sunrise. I had to figure out how to have hope, too. I needed it to get on a busted-up spaceship with your dad and launch myself through a wormhole. Hope is why we had you. She smiles. Things work out in unusual ways, Seleniceia. It just takes time. You watch the sunrise together for a few more minutes. After a bit, your mom pulls out a little box tied with a piece of gardening twine. From your father and I, she says. Happy birthday, kiddo. Sun medallion number 2, baby. You know what it is before you open it. Your old medallion, the one your dad made it with the sun on it to represent Earth. It was broken during the attack. In all the chaos, you didn't even notice, but your parents did and made you a new one. It's just like you remembered. A similar design with a wormhole this time to represent Vertumna. You thank her, and squinting out at the swirling wormhole, it's still barely visible in the brightening sky. Squint, not squinting. It's so massive and awe-inspiring this time of year, but it always seems to herald disaster. You're happy to watch it fade away into the daylight. Your mom lets out a dark chuckle and slaps you on the back. What a birthday. Here's to another one, right? You both head back downstairs to the wreckage of the canteen, where they've put up temporary roofing with whatever tarps and scraps could be found. The colony nanoprinters, the few that still run, have been working day and night to replace the necessities of life, but larger construction projects are going to take some time. Aunt Anne has coaxed the kitchen nanoprinters into making soy gruel and pressed bars, life-sustaining but depressing. You and the other colonists eat your breakfast in Stony Silent as you mentally prepare for the day. Governor Udicott looks more frail than you've ever seen her, but her eyes remain determined. Last week they held a mass funeral for everyone who died. There's talk of turning the Stratospherics destroyed front half into a memorial shrine after everything useful has been salvaged. There's still so much to do. Yup. Month number 2 of this year. Am I supposed to, like, have a good morn? Nah. Where is Tammy? I kind of want to see her. Any collectibles yet? I know they'll fix up the colony in not too long. Unless it's closer to the end of the year. I don't think so. Rebuild. You're assigned to help out in geoponics. The agriculturists have been hard at work trying to salvage what they can of the ruined fields and destroyed greenhouses, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Your mom is in fine form in her role as chief cultivator. She'd never admit it, but managing a crisis is what she's made for. Cal's working in geoponics too, of course. He smiles when he sees you. Hey, Seleniceia, there's lots of stuff to do. What do you want to work on? Repair the greenhouses. The geodesic domes, miraculous prefab modular structures your parents brought from Earth, are in shambles. Much of the glass and metal is beyond repair, destined for the recycler. Oh, that was my phone. You and Cal help clear away the debris, and when that's done, you help drape tarps over what's still standing so that the drifting spark snow doesn't pile up inside and affect the soil acidity. Anything that can't survive outside a climate-controlled greenhouse needs to be harvested and sent to the kitchen so that it can be preserved. Canning, jarring, dehydration, ancient techniques you've learned about in school but didn't think you'd have to put into practice so soon. Tammy visits almost every day. She says it's to pick up that day's harvest, but you know it's just so she can visit Cal. Everyone is worried that this will be the final nail to the coffin for your food supply after the famine last year. Good Lord, I can't speak properly. You try to think about it. I'm reading faster than I'm speaking, and I'm trying to catch up, and my mouth isn't, like, my tongue is lazier than my eyes. You try not to think about it too hard, instead focusing on just what you can help to rebuild. You can do to help rebuild. Thank you, brain. Okay. All cards under 4 become 4. Let's go, baby. I don't want to minus nothing but Buttercup. Give me that sweet, sweet 3055. Oh, that's not even the best I could do. It's just easy. You're eating in the mess tents when you hear something. Rumbling. Your bowl and cutlery start rattling. People look around in alarm. Could it be another attack? So soon? You begin to hear shouting from outside. Someone runs into the tent. There's something falling from the sky, they shout. It's on fire. You join the crowd of people leaving your temporary structures to gather in the colony square. People are squinting up into the milky, quiet sunlight, pointing and gesturing wildly. It's impossible to miss this thing hurtling towards you from space, like a great big ball of fire coming straight for you. Is this it? Is this the end? After all you've been through, a meteor's gonna land in the middle of your already ruined colony and kill you all? Nah, baby, it's a ship, but we should know that. Helios! Mars grabs your shoulder. It's another ship, she exclaims. Look, look, it's another spaceship from Earth. Excitement ripples through the crowd. Could it be? You shouldn't be excited, man. They suck. Well, some of them suck. I like some of them. Two of them suck a lot, okay? The rest are okay. You stare up, unbelieving, at the rapidly approaching ship. The flames of its entry into the atmosphere dissipate, but a thick column of greasy black smoke trails behind it. Soon you can hear the whistle of it ripping through the atmosphere at terminal velocity. That is not a controlled descent. It's an enormous ship coming at you way too fast. The ship's reverse thrusters fire, trying to slow it down so it doesn't smash into a billion pieces when it hits the planet. Everyone scatters to take cover. You crouch behind some rocks, throw your arms over your head, and squeeze your eyes shut. You hear the massive spaceship touch down in geoponics, plowing through the fields and grinding over what was left of the greenhouses. You're thrown to the ground from the force of the impact. A shrapnel and small rocks zing past your head. It grinds along like some roaring monster, cutting a great scar through the colony and kicking up an enormous cloud of smoke. Dust. It's dust. Finally, the ship comes to a creaking, shuddering halt. You and the other colonists carefully crawl out of your hiding places, coughing and rubbing your eyes. The new ship is half buried and obscured by dust, but you can tell it's from Earth. You squint to make out stenciled letters. Heliopause. A hatch opens in its side and silhouettes begin to emerge. Silhouettes with guns. Soldiers march out of the dust and quickly surround all of the remaining colonists. More soldiers from two parallel ships form two parallel lines from the ship to the square, their guns in parade rest, and a lone figure strides down towards the center towards you. Down the center towards you. This nerd. Greetings, fugitives of Earth, the man says, spreading his hands wide. A dismayed murmur ripples through the crowd. The adults exchange significant looks. Chief Engineer Instance tries to slip out of the crowd, but she's stopped by the line of soldiers. The man smiles. He has a broad, easygoing smile that doesn't match the threatening aura of the soldiers, nor the smoky ruin of the ship behind him. I am Commander Lum, he says proudly. As captain of the Heliopause, I have come to render aid and bring you to justice. Try to sneak away. The Heliopause soldiers have the colonists surrounded and shove you gently but forcefully back into the crowd. Play with your holopalm. Well, you may be stuck here, but they can't make you listen. You tune out the pomp and pointless adult talk. Yada yada. Governor Uticott knew the ship was coming. Blah blah. Now this guy, Lum, will be governor, and he's some kind of space cop. Whatever. All adults are basically the same and equally boring. Now this man has an emotional support cape. Ain't that a fact? All he does is like talk about how he's winning. It sounds like listening to him monologue, or the way they describe it, sounds to me like what it sounds like listening to Trump talk about how great he is. I'm like, oh my god, it's painful. The crowd disperses slowly, and the council members follow Lum back into the Heliopause, presumably to talk about the future of the colony. You hope. You track down your friends. So what do you think about these new people? They're just gonna boss us around. They don't live here. They don't know what it's like, and they're just gonna swoop in and act like they're better than us. Do you see what they're doing to Instance? The entire colony, now twice as many of you, sets to work on salvaging the wreckage of the Heliopause, tearing it down and combining it with the Stratospheric's remaining engine section. Spirits are high, though these new colonists from the Heliopause aren't like any people you've ever met before. With their uniforms and weapons, they're more like an invading force than a rescue. You aren't sure what this means for the colony, or for your future. I am sure that it's not fully bad things, but it's not fully good things. As the dust settles, you've rebuilt your colony around this new ship, the Heliopause. The new arrivals, soldiers mainly, are aloof at first. Many see you as fugitives. Together you build new walls, living quarters, greenhouses, and a massive bunkered garrison. The Stratos engineer wing is the only reminder of your old colony. The Heliopause brought enough rations for another 5 years, as well as a rich seed bank and working hydroponics. They also have more guns and explosives than you've ever seen in your life. Even the ship has guns. Yeah, at least they have working hydroponics. A full stomach, a roof over your heads, and the promise of safety convinces most Strato colonists to accept the Helios. In turn, the Helios decide that you criminals pose little threat. A grudging peace is brokered between the two groups. You decide they aren't so different, really. There are even Helio children, born among the stars, like you. After a month of hard work, you and your parents move into your new quarters. You get your own room for the first time in your life. You step out onto the your very own balcony to watch the new colony. Its ground bustling with so many strangers and strange new ideas. 5 defense. You feel something rising in your chest that you haven't felt in some time. Hope. Excitement? What will the new day bring? You better get out there and find out. Greet the day! Hey, kids. Cal is building some trellises in the garden. Hey, Selena Say, he says. Can you pass me that? Yeah, that thing? You push one of the supporting beams into position and he hammers it together. He hangs on the top beam, kicking his feet before dropping to the ground. There, stable as anything. He dusts off his hands. I'm glad you found me. I was talking to Tammy earlier and she said some things, about you, and it got me thinking. He looks around, making sure you're alone. Look, you and her, you don't like her or anything. Yeah, no. What have you done, Pyrus? You clicked too fast. I don't want to break them up, but this timeline, I'm romancing her. I'm sorry, Cal. Yeah, I do. But Tammy can make her own decisions. Yeah, I mean, of course, but Cal stutters and looks down ashamed. I mean, yeah, obviously. Oops. Like a long time. You can hear the lowing. Okay. No, he says it with finality, balling his fist in his eyes. I'm not even sure Tammy likes me too, but I love her, and I'm not going to back off just because you want me to. You want her. You're right. She can make her own choice. Okay, then. It's up to Tammy. Aw, no. We could say that. I could abuse my friendship with him. That's so mean. I'm not doing that. It's up to Tammy. What? That's it? So I still have a chance? Good luck, buddy. Absolutely. If she chooses you, I'm backing the fudge off. I would hate to get... I love this guy. Give the doggo a stick. Alright. Alright. I don't want to be manipulative. See, we already broke up. I feel bad having broken up Vase and, like, Anemone, but the game kind of made it so that it sounds more like Anemone was healthier without him. Tangent is deep in conversation with one of the other scientists. Seems to be consoling her, though Tangent's... Oh, right, this is because she messed up a sample. Just great. Well, I compromised an experiment I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. It's so gross here. I probably did that fungus a favor. I hate being patronized, too. Rebellion! I hate being young, she says bitterly. Why don't they understand that we have higher expectations for ourselves than they do? What I don't need, she continues icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me it's okay and the adults will make it better. I messed up. Just let me fix it. Do we have conversations with everybody? Can we meet the new kids? Hello, Muchwood. This isn't good for anyone, TBH, not even himself. Man is the definition of toxic masculinity. Yeah, I mean, he, like, every time I try to, like, do something nice, he's, like, spitting on it. I'm like, buddy, no. The new boy from the Heliosphere is a couple years older than you. He's very handsome, and the missing arm gives him a heroic, battle-scarred vibe. He stands tall and ready for action, even though it's a normal-born yay. The other recruits milling about the garrison give him a wide, respectful berth. He sees you staring, gives you a curt nod. My name is Vase, Lieutenant Olivacious. Oh, his name is Olivacious. What a crime. He says, considering you with a glint of challenge. And you are... I'm into science. Is that right? Nice to meet you, Selene. I hear it's been a rough couple of years for the colony. Luckily, lucky thing our heliopause came along just in time, he continues. Don't worry, we have some of the best soldiers, the very best. We'll keep the colony safe. We were doing just fine before you came. When we landed, he sneers, this place looked like it had been overrun by wild animals, or was that just the aesthetic you were going for? Being planet-side is different. You tell Vase that firing a virtual gun is nothing compared to running for your life through the jungle while a wild Unisaur hunts you down. A Unisaur, Vase says, leaning forward a little, his eyebrows raised. Did you actually say something interesting? That sounds like a fun sport. I'd like to try it sometime. Oh yeah, they got a hunting squad later down, and I was like, we need food, but I don't want to do that. That's awful. Colony's full of new people. Everywhere you look, you see a stranger. It's disorienting after growing up in a closed spaceship. You never expected to meet any of the humans that weren't made here on Vertumna. You bump straight into one of these new people while you're jogging through the colony. Oof! He laughs and holds you steady, brushing the imaginary dust off you and giving you a wide-fanged smile. Hey, it's one of the kids from the Heliopause. You think his name is Rex. Hey, what's up? You play it cool, give him a little nod. You notice he's wiggling his dog ears. They can really move independently. Pleased to meet you, he says. I'm Rex. He puts his hand against his cheek. Rex puts his hand against his cheek, looking cute and lost. Hey, since I'm new here, do you think you could help me find the construction yard? I thought I might apply. Sure, let's take him there. You walk him over to command. Everything's moved around since the Heliopause landed, but the construction yard is still in command where it always was. At the entrance, you meet Mars, filing her nails and looking like she's waiting for somebody. Why, hello, cutie, she says to Rex. Where did you come from? He looks her up and down and grins. Just an angel who fell from the sky, darling. You try not to gag as the two of them flirt. You give a loud and point Rex towards the construction yard. He looks back at Mars over his shoulder and winks as he leaves. Yep. He's flirty, she's flirty-ish. It's not the same vibe. Father, I can't believe you survived this long. Hello, my little tomato. Your dad's voice rings out across the field, hale and hearty. You don't have it in yourself to be embarrassed, not during pollen, not with the memory of him struggling to breathe so fresh in your mind. Are you coming to check on your old man? He teases you. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and lets it out comfortably. I'm doing great. No congestion, no sneezing, and I definitely don't want to take a hike outside the walls. Nice. Your dad pulls you into a big hug, ruffling your hair. He smells like sunshine and dirt and sweat, and you've never been happier to breathe it all in. He's alive. I'm proud of you, he says quietly. You can pull off miracles, kiddo. Yeah, that's what time travel's like, buddy. You've barely seen your mom since the Heliopause arrived. When you do, she looks frail. Like all of her strength got used up last year, and she's only just starting to recover. Except instead of relaxing, she's hard at work rebuilding the geoponics dome. It must be hard for her to shake the fear it might happen again. Being able to load your tray full of food at the canteen is still a luxury you don't take for granted. Sometimes you make up a tiffin for your mom so she doesn't miss lunch. Hey, Selena, she says, smiling as you approach. Is that lunch? I've been smelling the caramelized onions all morning. I can't wait. Deliver the tiffin into her grateful hands, and she cracks the lid and takes a smile. She smiles. You know, people used to give thanks before meals back on Earth. I think I can understand why. I'm thankful you're here, Mom. She reaches over and ruffles your hair. You're a good kid, Selena, she says. She looks at you a second, weighing whether to continue. I don't know. I know we don't talk about it, but I know how hard you busted your butt back then, making sure the colony didn't starve. Mom's love? Yeah, when you're fighting for your life, that's when you know the true measure of a person, she continues solemnly. I wish you didn't have to be tested at such a young age, but you really showed what you were made of. I'm so proud of you, kid. Well, then take it easy, mother. I don't know what kind of, like, events we can trigger by doing things for our friends, so we're gonna start by giving Rex a little gift here. Would you like a mushroom? Whoa, woo! Oh, yeah. You remembered my birthday and bought me the perfect stick. Hot dog! I did not know it was your birthday. Nomi Nomi! You've seen Nomi Nomi around since the Heliopause landed. They are around your age and barely a meter and a half tall, only coming up to your shoulder. You've never seen anyone dressed as strangely as they do. Hi! Their voice is high-pitched and quick. I'm Nomi Nomi. It's short for nomination. They do a little twirl and bow. You introduce yourself and ask what they do for fun. Well, kind of a bit of everything. I like designing outfits and reading manga and learning about dinosaurs and cool xenofauna and robots and aliens and oh, watching anime and playing Laser Fable, of course. Mostly lately I play Laser Fable. It's so fun to play it outside in the great endless outdoors. Nomi Nomi dances in a circle, waving their hands and gesturing at your... Challenge them to a game of Laser Fable. You're on! Nomi Nomi helps you install it on your Holopon and explains the rules. Laser Fable is an augmented reality game where you bounce Oh yeah, I've done this before. Okay. 63. Yeah, baby. Okay, we got all the red. That's gonna be great right now. Oh, I mean, that's a straight and a pair. No, I want this back. This is like 3 things in one. I don't have a 3, and that's just tragic. For 10 points? Aw, yeah. Too bad I only have 2 of those. That's actually sad. Poopy, poopy butts. Keep between rounds. Okay, 4, 4, 4. Yeah, the 4 actually gives us the 4 value, so... Whoa! Our best was 36. Oops. Right on, friendo. Nomi gives you a high five and a couple quick flicks of their gauntlet gives you kudos for winning. They explain this how they always play Laser Fable with the kids from the Heliosphere, except they mostly don't want to play anymore. They say they're too old for it. Just want to be soldiers now, except Rex. He's still cool. I mean, that's a mood. Oh, gosh. I think we're going to call it here. I'm pretty much done for the day. We don't have that much time, I got to use the washroom. So, having a high creativity stat is great for Nomi Nomi friendship. Let's go. Oh, dude, our creativity is our 3rd highest. Good. Excuse me. So yeah, before we go, I want to talk about Operation Olive Branch. You already know about it. I've talked about it a couple times, so let's give it a go-to. If you're in the Twitch chat, you can type in !OOB, which will summon up the links to Operation Olive Branch's GoFundMe as well as the link tree. So for Operation Olive Branch is a charity and relief organization. Good lord. Okay, I'm not reading. I can slow down. Is a charity and relief organization that collects funds to try and evacuate people from the Gaza Strip because of the ongoing genocide perpetrated against the Palestinian people by the Israeli army. Currently, right now, there's a big geopolitical thing. You must have heard about it. As of October 7th, 2023, Israel has been bombing the hell out of the Gaza Strip in the simplest terms possible to try and it's an ethnic cleansing. They're trying to get all the Palestinians out of there to lay claim to whatever's left once they're done ruining the entire place. They clearly don't care about the land or whatever. It's all about control at this point, right? But in order to help, I and a lot of other influencers, I don't really consider myself an influencer that much given my small platform, but given that I do have a platform, I feel that it is our responsibility as people with a platform to talk about what's going on there and help out. So what you can do to help out, and what I'm asking people to do to help out, is if you have more than $1,000 in your bank account, and you see that you're in the chat right now, I would like you to go to the GoFundMe and donate $5. If you've already donated because I have asked you to donate, or if you have less than $1,000 in your bank account, please donate $1. That's usually what I'm asking. Anything is help, of course. That's the point why influencers, like with any sort of platform, have been asking people to do so, is because any amount of money by any amount, by a huge amount, by a big amount of people, is a huge amount of help. Like, it's literally drops forming a wave, forming a tsunami. Okay, and if you think that just donating to the GoFundMe of the organization itself isn't quite your style, you can go to the link tree, and they have all sorts of information you can get from it. So they have it's like Linktree works. It's a bunch of links. So the first link that they have is a spreadsheet that to tell you where all the money goes that they get. But you can also check out their FAQ if you have any questions that I'm not answering in this quick like spiel that I'm giving you. Or there's a bunch of other stuff like allowing you to find who you want to donate specifically. A lot of influencers have been using Operation Olive Branch in order to foster a family. A specific family's GoFundMe's to help them directly, while I have taken the aspect of like Operation Olive Branch itself, because of my limited like range as a small streamer, I think that that's still a valid thing that people do. So you can kind of go in there, find whatever, and donate to specific families as well if you'd like. There's a lot of options to help out. I think the important bit is that we do some of it. So the other easier option is talking about it. Like I was saying earlier today, if you talk about the subject, it spreads more. A lot of social media algorithms nowadays, this is kind of what I failed to explain earlier, not failed, but didn't think about, but a lot of social media algorithms function on how often a term is used, like hashtags if you're on Twitter, or things like that. With TikTok, it's like tags and such, and other things like that. The more it's used, the more they try to push it to new people. So the more interaction each tag has or each hashtag has, the more you push it to new people, which is why, and sometimes even peg specific words, right? So if you use like the word genocide on Twitter, you kind of get like they mute it slash you might get struck with some actual garbage. Twitter's kind of trash. But on TikTok, if you use the word like it's censored as well. But if you use the word or the emoji, Palestine or the emoji thing, and you use it over and over and over again, and you keep trying to be as like open and honest as possible about it, by refusing to water down the vocabulary and calling things as they are, saying it's a genocide, not a war, because a war kind of implies that it's a two-way conflict when really it's an oppressor punching down in the most violent way possible. Then yeah, that's how you spread the word. That's how you can game social media algorithms to try and get more people to be aware of what's happening. At this point, a lot of people are aware of it, and we've kind of, I think I'm seeing a point where like people are getting tired of it on social media, which is really tragic because it's still ongoing. There are new developments every day, and yeah, it's bad. Until it stops, it's bad. The developments aren't all bad. Like the ICJ has a warrant out for President Netanyahu, and that's good. But a warrant out for the arrest of someone who's currently surrounded by his own army is kind of one step in the direction that we want to go and not a solution, right? So the more we talk about it, don't stop talking about it is like my biggest suggestion, I think. Yeah. On that note, we're done. I think I'm going to say goodnight. I hope you folks enjoyed today's stream. I want to give a big shout out to apparently one of the devs that stopped by. That'd be a first. So a big thank you to them. A big thank you to the people who suggested this game. This game's fantastic. By the speed that we are working at, we are currently halfway through. We're probably going to be done this one playthrough by the end of the week, and that's going to be it. If not starting a third one on the go, right? But yeah, hope you folks enjoyed. Love you folks. Peace out. Free Palestine.